And like a half-eaten bucket of popcorn in Gary's lap before the movie starts, folks, it's week number 5, and we are halfway through the season on Cubbage Electric Plumbing Instruction Friday Night Lights. Stay tuned for the Starting Point pregame show.
Hey, football fans, as we cheer on our teams this season, let's talk about a crucial support team right here in Mount Vernon.
At Starting Point Pregnancy and Family Resource Center, we're here to support you through every decision, just like a coach guides you through the big game.
Whether it's about pregnancy testing or exploring your options, Starting Point is all about giving you the information and support you need.
Just like every play counts on the field, every choice you make for your life matters.
For more information, visit knoxstartingpoint.com.
Knox Starting Point, you have more choices than you think.
And welcome into the Starting Point pregame show. I'm Kyle Christer along with Austin Maurice. And Austin, we got a game tonight between Mount Gilead and Fredericktown. Two teams coming in 2-2, looking to start making some noise in the KMAC as the season continues.
Absolutely. You got Fredericktown 2-2, like you said, but 1-0 in the KMAC versus Mount Gilead, who's 0-1 in the KMAC. So Fredericktown starting off the way they want, dominating fashion last week against the Pirates of Cardington, 45-18. So you can say that offense really got rolling last week.
Indeed it did, and that was a lot of it was brought to you by Sipes on the ground, as the young man really kind of had a career night.
Yeah, I've heard that 268 yards and 4 touchdowns is considered good to a lot of people. 17 carries for 268 and 4 touchdowns. But didn't stop there. Elijah Roush with 13 carries, 90 yards and 2 TDs. And Gavin Toombs also with 75 yards and another TD. So they were running all over the place last week. Not a ton through the air, but guess you don't need it when you're running on the ground like that.
And as usual, the usual suspects for the Freddies leading the way there with Roush and Sipes and Toombs, names that you will hear constantly throughout the broadcast tonight. Now, last week, you and I were together against this Mount Gilead team when they traveled down to play Danville in a game that, after we realized the starting quarterback had been knocked out on the first series, kind of started making more sense. But a team in Mount Gilead that until the final 3 minutes was putting everything they could to Danville, and Danville was on the ropes.
Absolutely. Like you said, Cole Fricky was out of that game, got hurt in that first drive, and they had to bring Wyatt Long in there. And really, outside of the Butterfingers, really, when that game started, and the loose balls and all that kind of stuff, he really kind of got his composure as that game went on, and you really felt like Mount Gilead had a shot in that game against what you expect with Danville to be the cream of the crop. So it was really a good showing from them. Like you said, at the end of the game, it kind of faded away from them a little bit. So that 0-1, you might be an asterisk next to it just because they're 0-1 against probably what's going to be the best team in the KMAC. But they're averaging 31 a game, and they're only giving up 20. So far this season, the signs point to a successful start.
And you're going to have a whole week of practice for the young man, too, as well. If Fricky's not able to go at quarterback tonight, we've kind of watching pregame, and you didn't see him really involved. They were using a lot of long, and then they also had Trainer getting some snaps underneath center. So not quite sure how that's going to play out. We'll see it when the game here comes to fashion as the band starts to come on the field. But it's going to be interesting to see after if he's put back in that position, what 1 week of reps with the number ones will allow them to do offensively.
Absolutely, yeah, and you're going to need some big games. You're going to need Elliott Jones to really step up this game. He's a good running back for them. He kind of gets the ball moving downfield, but they're going to be going up against a crowd tonight here in Fredericktown that is really going to be pretty jam-packed. This is a homecoming night for them, so they feel like they have something to play for. They want to defend their home turf. They want to know on their home turf. So they don't want to give up that first loss, especially on a night like tonight. And so they're going to be up against it with not only playing against Fredericktown, but playing against that crowd.
As you said, the crowd is packed. They've got the alumni band here tonight for homecoming, and everybody's ready to rock and roll in their seats. We're going to step out and take a break. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Instruction Friday Night Lights.
Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon is one of 11 pizza cottages in Ohio. They are among the nation's best performing pizzerias and ranked in Pizza Today. The finest ingredients is used daily. Treat your customers and employees like family and always give back to the community. Offering not only takeout but also dine-in and full bar. Book your group parties today. Find Pizza Cottage on Facebook or go to pizza-cottage.com to begin your journey of taste.
We're back to the Starting Point pregame show, and just had the national anthem played, or I should say sung, by the choir here at Fredericktown. Did a wonderful job. And you know, Austin, you look at this game with both teams like we were talking 2-2 coming in here. Obviously, Mount Gilead really kind of had a really rough go of it last year in the KMAC. And Fredericktown kind of had a stronger finish to the season that allowed them to squeak into the playoffs at the end. And you wonder, as you watch these two teams, we saw a lot last week with Mount Gilead. They show a lot of signs of potential, definitely a lot of signs of potential, and it's something you expect to see when you have a new quarterback get thrown in the mix. The timing of things are going to be off in situations like that. There's a potential that Mount Gilead may be getting overlooked by the Freddies in this game.
Oh, for sure. Again, like you're saying, you had a team last year with Mount Gilead. They were 1-6 in the KMAC, not what they wanted at all. And if you're Fredericktown last year, like you said, they really finished the year pretty strong. They finished 4-3 in the KMAC last year, so they came on strong at the end. They got that playoff spot. They ended up heading out to Archbald, and that was a tough game. We knew that. We actually called that game, and there was some fight with them, but you could tell there was some outclass there. But they really showed signs of improvement towards the end of last year, and you got a battle tonight of two junior quarterbacks, so still another year to progress through this year into next year. So, yeah, you got two teams here that have a lot of potential, a lot of room to grow, but it'll be interesting to see where they match up as they're both kind of on the same trajectory for where they're trying to get to.
Yeah, and it's going to be kind of that statement game here for, I think, Mount Gilead as far as their season goes. You're halfway through the season. You had a strong start, had a rough go of it last week. Anybody who sat there, I mean, if you just looked at that score 20-8, you're saying that was a blowout.
Right.
Nah, not really, not at all. Danville will kind of one of the things we see with Danville every now and then is they'll play to their competition, and you wonder if that's going to happen here. If Fredericktown has obviously the tools. I mean, Sipes is a brilliant young quarterback for them. Roush is a great running back. Toombs is just a devastating target at 6'5", 225 across the middle. And so is it going to be one of those situations where you play to it? Because we watched 2 weeks ago, Utica came in here, and Utica is a team that's reeling on this season. They're trying to rebuild after their first successful season in quite some time last year. And Fredericktown struggled. I mean, they struggled mightily with that team because they played to the team.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it felt like with Fredericktown that game, it kind of felt like they were almost trying to give the game away at times. When you watched on the field, you could tell that Fredericktown team, there was a little bit more class, there was a little bit more ability and some skill on that field. Like you said, the big three for Fredericktown could absolutely kind of run this game and dominate. And if those three are on, it could be an issue tonight for Mount Gilead. But I do think Mount Gilead, again, they might not be at the same level exactly right now as where Fredericktown is at, but I think they're close. I think they're fighting, and they're still learning who their weapons are. But I think there's some major opportunity for them, and they have the opportunity tonight to really pull an upset.
And one of the other things we've seen all season long, not just by the teams that we're watching here tonight, but a lot of the teams so far in the KMAC, is that mental discipline. Penalties after penalties after penalties, just killing drives, giving the other team opportunities. And you would think week 5, that kind of you should have that stuff pretty well buttoned up.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And this is going to be a battle tonight between these two teams. You're going to be playing against one another. The last thing you can do is play against yourself. And there's no reason to sit there and make these mistakes after mistakes. Again, it's not week 1, it's not week 2. We should be in tune at this point. We should be a little bit more cleaned up. You know, we shouldn't be having as many of those false starts. There's some things that they just shouldn't be happening right now. And so if either one of those teams can control that tonight, then I really think that's going to give them the edge that might make the difference here.
The other thing that'll be interesting to see that comes into play tonight, you know, you're looking at September 20th on the calendar. I mean, Austin's out here in his Speedo with his sunscreen on his nose, catching some rays right before the sun goes down on this 90-degree day.
You bet.
You know, the heat and the wear and tear as this season goes on, and these young kids, a lot of them in these smaller programs are playing 2 ways. You know, they don't come off the field very often. If they do, it's a play or two, and boom, they're right back in. Their biggest rest is at halftime when they get to go sit in the locker room for the conversation about that. So at this stage of the season, you would think also, hey, these guys have been going through the grind. They've had their summer workouts. They've had, 5 weeks to get in shape. But there are a lot of young kids, and one of the things that is often overlooked as young kids go through this in this kind of heat and situation is they think, well, if I drink a cup of water before the game goes, I'm good and I'm hydrated. Unfortunately, your body and science doesn't work that way. So it'll be interesting to see if any cramps, anything of that nature comes into play. The heat obviously is going to come into play as far as your mental discipline as well. And is that going to affect the game as it goes on with penalties and situations like that? So we'll see as this game gets ready to go, as the teams get ready to come out on the field here. We're going to take one more break, and then we'll be ready for action here on the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Howard Hilton Grill, just east of Apple Valley on Coshocton Road, has a casual, cozy atmosphere, offering comfort food and good times. Open daily from 10 in the morning to 1 a.m., now adding Sunday morning breakfast at 8 a.m. The Howard Hilton also recently added on an outdoor tiki bar seating patio option with big screen TV. Stop by and enjoy great tastes like the Hilton Burger, or enjoy Taco Tuesdays at the Howard Hilton in Howard. That's the Howard Hilton, 740-599-2337.
If market volatility is keeping you awake at night, call Spearman Financial Services. Spearman Financial Services have seen plenty of ups and downs, and this is normal. As our old high school football coach would remind us, the true champion is found with your ability to bounce back after a loss. So stop losing sleep and call the team who will coach you through the good times and the bad times. Spearman Financial Services, financial plans that last a lifetime.
Securities offered through Valmark Securities Incorporated, member FINRA, SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Valmark Advisors Incorporated, SEC registered investment advisor. Spearman Financial Services is a separate entity from Valmark Securities Incorporated and Valmark Advisors Incorporated. Past performances cannot guarantee future results. One cannot invest directly in an index.
This is Lorraine from Buckeye Stoves. Yodel Summer Sale. Save up to $500 on all stoves and fireplace inserts with Yodel Summer Sale. It's a perfect time to buy a stove or fireplace. Don't miss out on the Yodel Summer Sale. Buckeye Stoves. Visit our showroom on State Route 95 in Fredericktown. Buckeye Stoves, the cozy way to save. Go Freddies!
Elite Preparedness stands as Ohio's unrivaled destination for top-tier firearms training and related services. Experience our state-of-the-art facilities in scenic southern Knox County, stock up in our pro shop, and enjoy our indoor and outdoor range options. Our expert cadre leads an unparalleled lineup of classes and personal training sessions. We also offer VIP transportation, armored vehicle services, along with security and executive protection services. Reach out at 740-263-1234, explore online at elitepreparedness.com, or visit our facilities at 25580 Bell Church Road, Utica, Ohio, to witness the ultimate in preparedness and training.
Hey, I think I might be pregnant.
What? How do you know?
I took a pregnancy test the other night. I don't know where to start. I don't think I'm ready to be a mom.
It's totally okay. I heard there's this place called Starting Point. They have free pregnancy tests, ultrasounds, and counseling. They have resources available for girls on a tight budget. You have more choices than you think.
Really? I don't know. If my parents find out, they'll kill me.
Don't worry, girl. Everything is confidential and judgment-free.
How do I make an appointment?
Just visit knoxstartingpoint.com to schedule your free appointment today.
And welcome back in to the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights. Again, I'm Kyle Kirsten along with Austin Maurice as we get ready for action here between the Mount Gilead Indians and the home Fredericktown Freddies. As the bands are out on the field, the fans are out on the field, and that's one of the great things when you come up here to Fredericktown is the community involvement. It is never an empty house.
No, that's one of those things with the KMAC in general that you just have to absolutely love, is that no matter where these programs are at, no matter what, where they are in the rebuilding phase and the winning phase and the losing phase, these fans show up, they support their team, they support their town. You'd love to see that because Mount Gilead, they traveled well too. They're ready for the game. And so, no, it is always a great thing to see. And I think we're going to be in for a pretty competitive game here.
Yeah, on paper, it definitely should be a competitive game. And we saw hints of it last week in Mount Gilead's competition against Danville, and I expect to fully see even more of that this week now that the young man has had a little more time underneath center, a little more continuity with his teammates. You're going to see a lot more of that running. And I think that it's going to be kind of like it was last week. It's going to be key for Mount Gilead here as they are going to be kicking off to Fredericktown to have a good show defensively. That's what carried them last week was that defense. It set the tone, had that kind of bend but don't break mentality against Danville. It wasn't until the end of the game that Danville separated it by 12 points. Otherwise, it was within 3 points until the final 3 minutes.
Right.
So that's going to be key is how does this defense handle against Sipes? How does this defense handle against Roush? How does this defense handle against Toombs? And then on top of that, you've always got your other players that have been sitting in the background and come out there. I mean, there's always another weapon waiting for the Freddies to step up if those big three can't handle it.
Oh, for sure. And this is going to be one of those games, like you said, so there's going to be a lot of factors playing in. It's going to be hot. It's going to be warm out. So you want to make sure that you keep it close because if either team gets out to a 2 or 3 touchdown lead, it's going to start to feel really slanted because both these teams are really run dependent. So that clock's going to become an issue faster than you would expect. A 2 or 3 touchdown lead for the Freddies, boy, they're in business right there because they're just going to run that ball down your throat, and it's really hard to stop them.
Yeah, and it's when your quarterback is got 700 yards rushing already through 4 games really. You're almost at a 200-yard a game clip. And it isn't like Fredericktown's been playing pansies all season long.
No.
It's not like they're going down divisions to play the smaller schools. And so it's going to be interesting to see exactly how that all plays out and how everything goes for them when they get on the field. But, again, defensively, for the Freddies, you have the problem of going against this T formation from Mount Gilead. I mean, that's not common anymore. You don't see that. It's talked about, even when they're talking to teams like OSU and Texas and all these other bigger schools, when they got to go play the academies, when they got to go play the Armies, the Navies, and the Air Forces that still run that wishbone, that T formation, that more multiple option running attack, they're not trying to air it out. It can throw your defense for a little bit of a loop to get used to that.
Oh, for sure. And it's a whole different week of practice. It's switching up what you're comfortable with. It's doing all that. And it's one thing, like you're saying, when it's Ohio State, when it's Texas, you have ample time. You have ample resources to do it. You got young kids over here that are trying to learn and adjust. It's like, oh, all right, we got to change everything we know real quick and adapt to this different play style. That's a tough switch up for them. So how do you respond? And for them, they have a whole nother week, Mount Gilead, that is, of practicing this, like you said, with the new players in there. However it's going to work out. A whole nother week of it, and the Freddies have to switch out from what they've been doing. But for the Freddies, they have about 100 points scored this year, and they scored 45 of them last week. So their offense-wise, they're coming into this pretty darn confident. They came off a 45-18 win in the KMAC. At home, they're going to be ready to go here tonight. So I think it's going to be an interesting matchup just to see how the clock factors into this, how the weather factors in this, and how the components of the both two teams kind of match up against it because it's, like you said, on paper, it's a fun one.
Yeah, and it's like you said there, the T formation offense as a defense, now you've got to pay attention to every single gap because they've got more blockers up there. You've got 4 guys out of the backfield that could hit any one of those. So the mental discipline of staying at home, not buying into fakes, not getting caught out of position is going to be key. And then when you turn that, we've seen Fredericktown when the defense gets a little tougher, sometimes have a hard time stepping up. We watched where I think it was the Utica game. The backup quarterback was in for a while.
Right.
And then they switched over, brought the starter back in. And you saw the offense click change. Like, it was boom, boom, boom like that. And this may not have been Freddie's. I may be confusing my games right now. But that change of offense, are they able to make those adjustments? Are they able to adapt on the fly? And we'll be able to see quickly how that goes here as the games get ready to kick off. As Mount Gilead has it teed up, and he's going to get his foot into it. It's going to be a low spiral kick. It's going to go out of bounds, and the Freddies will get a 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line after that kickoff goes out of bounds. And great starting field position to come out.
Absolutely. Starting point field position, you might even say right there. So that's, it's a good start there for the Freddies. They're going to be able to hopefully get the ball moving here quick. And, again, it's all going to be interesting to kind of see how these matchups play out. But I think it's going to be a ground and pound game for the most part. And I'm really going to be interested to see how does Sipes, who has to have all the confidence in the world coming off of last week, how does he feel?
Right. So they're going to break huddle now as Sipes. He's going to have, they're going to realize they're on the wrong sideline and need to move hash marks over to the other side. So they'll finally get set there. Sipes is going to have Roush in the backfield, and 2 split out to the right, 2 split out to the left. Base 4-3 defense here for the Indians as they come set on a 1st and 10. Man in motion from right to left. He's going to fake the handoff to him, does he, as Sipes keeps it up the middle, and he'll get up to about the 40-yard line before he's tackled. And on the tackle there, it looked like it was Bo Sayers.
Bo had a pretty good game last week. Bo was pretty involved last week in that Danville game. He
the interception.
He was in the potential nomination for Pizza Cottage Player of the Week last week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we'll see how they continue to go. And that reminds me, stick around to the end of the game for the Pizza Cottage Player of this game. Sipes in shotgun formation, turns, hands it off. It's going to be Roush right up the middle. He's going to run in the back of his blockers, and then he's going to get stuffed. And that's going to be one of the things we noticed last week is the front four for Mount Gilead is very stout. They don't let you get through that initial line of scrimmage. So you're going to have to see if you can push out the corners a little bit, get to the outside, and see if the secondary is willing to come up and make those tackles.
Yeah, the edges are going to be a big part of this because that front does not give.
So it's 3rd down. We're going to call it 3 as the ball sits at about the 47-yard line. Shotgun formation, 3 left, 1 to the right. As Sipes takes a standoff, he's going to hand off to Roush. Roush stutter steps, and that stutter step is going to catch you every time because the closing speed of those linebackers is so quick for the Indians.
Yeah, like you said, you have a really good lineup there for the Indians, and they're going to push back on you. They're going to gain ground, and so that stutter step, like you said, you can't be doing that because you need every half second you can get right now when you're going against that front.
Well, Sipes isn't real happy as he comes off the field. He's wanting to know why we're not going for it. It's 4th and 1 as the punt team comes out. Back deep for the Indians is going to be Carson Trainer.
Ken, you got Sipes with all that confidence in the world right now. He's like,
Coach, I can get a yard.
Absolutely.
So there's going to be a high snap. He's getting the foot into it. It's going to be an end over and kick. Trainer's going to take it on the run at the 25, up across the 30, drops his shoulder at the 35, and he'll lunge forward up to about the 37-yard line. As in on the tackle there for the Freddies was Aiden Ebersol.
And now from Mount Gilead, you kind of flip the script right here, and you start off with a pretty good field position to try and see if you can get something rolling. Be interesting to see if they're able to get off the same hot start again with Danville. They started off hot, so see if they want to, and if they're able to do the same thing. And that first strike tonight, I think, is really going to be important because you want to be working ahead of the game with the weather's like this.
And the Young Long is still in at quarterback. Change up the formation and go a little kind of wing formation as 2 are going to be heavy on the left. He's going to turn, hand it off. It's going to be a dive right up the middle, and that's going to be a power run as that is Cameron Vickers, a 6'1", 200-pound senior.
Yeah, that's a lot of man pushing down the middle right there. So see how that Fredericktown front kind of holds up against that.
You got a flag at the line of scrimmage there. I got a feeling it's going to be, we'll see here what they have. It's a hold or an offsides. I did not see the call, but it's a 10-yard mark off. So that tells me that's going to be a hold, and it's going to make it 1st and 20. Not the direction you want to go if you're the Indians.
No, again, when you're a ground and pound team too, when the ground game is your key, last thing you want to be doing is trying to force yourself into a 20-yard first down. So, like you said too, penalties are going to be a big impact this game.
T formation with 1 split out far right. Man in motion trainer from right to left. He's going to turn, hand it off. It's going to be a dive right up that middle, and it's going to be a big hole for Elliott Jones as he'll push out across the 35 and get almost back to the original line of scrimmage. A nice gain of 9 there, and we saw Jones do that last week. He is a powerful downhill runner.
Well, once those legs get moving, he definitely has some force behind him.
So a little bit better now as you're looking at 2nd and 11.
Yeah, a little more manageable.
As they continue to test the endurance of this young man, making him run sprints. I think we clocked him at about 32 miles of running last week. Back to the traditional T formation as the Indians come set underneath center's long. Turns, hands it off. It's going to be a dive. That's going to be Vickers. No, Long kept it himself and followed Vickers through the hole. Pushes up across the 45, and he'll get up to the 46-yard line. A great job by the young man of recognizing the hole, going right up the middle and getting the gain.
And I know it's early. I know we're only a few plays into it for Mount Gilead, but it already feels like there's been a little bit cleaned up as far as that went. There was a little bit better spacing right there. Didn't feel like they were right on top of Long the second he got the ball. It felt a lot cleaner. It seems like he's got a better grip on that ball and everything. So you can tell that week made a difference.
For those of you that are not with us last week, he was struggling big time just in the exchange between him and the center. A lot of times turning and still bobbling the ball. T formation, turns, hands it off Vickers this time, right up the middle, a huge hole across the 50, and he'll go down at about the 45-yard line. And again, the ground game continues to keep producing here for the Indians, and it's one of those things where you got to say to yourself, all right, they're telling us they're going to do this, and yeah, we can't stop them.
No, yeah, and that plays a really big mental toll on you as a team.
So back to the line of scrimmage they go as they're inside of Freddie territory. T formation. He's going to turn, hand it off. This time it's going to be a dive right up the middle, and he's got nowhere to go as that was number 32 on the carry there for the Indians. My brain just froze. That's Carson Barnum. We saw him run last week too, and that's not normal for him. You usually see 3 or 4 yards per carry.
Yeah, he's generally one of those after that first point of contact. He's at least getting one more. Yeah, he's not taking a step back very often. So. But you're in Freddie territory here. His drive has showed some success so far. You had that one penalty, but slowly but surely they're working their way down.
So 2nd down and 9 now as they got 2 in the backfield, 1 split out far left. Long takes a snap, turns, hands it off. It's going to be a dive off that right side. And I believe that was Barnum again on the carry, a gain of about 2, and that'll put the ball down at the 41-yard line. So you get a little bit longer than you want here on this 3rd and 7.
Yeah, 3rd and 7 kind of limits a little bit. Again, a team that definitely doesn't look to go to the air any more than they absolutely have to. But you want to definitely try and avoid these positions if you can tonight. Try and keep those 3rd downs manageable.
So Long gets the play from the sideline, takes the jog back into the middle of the field. That's 50 yards, folks, for one play. Just saying. It's a 50-yard field, 25 over, 25 back. T formation. Up under center he goes. Takes snap, turns, hands it off. That's going to be Trainer off that left side, trying to get to the outside, and a great job there defensively by the Freddies, staying home and wrapping him up. As that looks like big number 21 was there initially at the point of attack, and Kirk Parker.
Yeah, big response there from the Freddies, though, on that 3rd down right there to keep it to a 4th and 5 here. So now if you're Mount Gilead, you got that decision to make and kind of what direction you're going to go right here. But
they're going to punt it. Looks like the punt team is coming out, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
Both teams kind of starting off a little bit conservative in that route.
Dalton Lang, or excuse me, that's not Dalton Lang. My fault. That's Colton White will be doing the kicking duties for the Indians. As he gets a snap, gets his right foot into it. It's going to be a high spiral kick and taken as a fair catch at the 10. And that's exactly where it will be, and that's where the Freddies will start 1st and 10 as Brody Davis caught the ball.
So a little bit less favorable field position here for the Freddies on their 2nd drive of the game, but maybe you get those first drive jitters out right there. Sipes gets back on the field. He wasn't thrilled last time when Coach told him, hey, we're going ahead and punt this. We're playing the safe game here to start. So how does he come back with that fire in his belly right here and see if he's able to get something rolling?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see also if they try to get to the outside. Mm-hmm. They paid a lot of attention trying to just go dives up the middle, and as we said, the Indians' defense is too good right up the middle to try that. So we'll see. Stipes is going to be shotgun formation. He's got 2 in the backfield with him, Toombs along with Roush. He's going to keep it himself and try to get to the outside, and Trainer's there, and Trainer's not going to have it. That's a loss of 5.
Trainer was all over that one right there. We preached about getting to the edge, but Trainer said, I can do that too. It's not a problem.
Speaking about getting to the edge and having a trainer, if you need the edge and you need a trainer, Elite Preparedness, that's somebody you need to contact for that. I'm telling you, folks, it is like butter on toast. Smooth.
Smooth, baby.
So that's going to make it 1st and 15 now here for the Freddies. As they're going to break the huddle. And I tell you right now, they're going to need to find a little bit momentum. If this defense stalks them again, you're going to have to watch how much that offense is going to be able to click. Sipes is going to take it. He's going to pitch it. That's going to be Roush off that right side. They're trying to get a convoy out there as he's going to get strung out, and he's going to be strung out by Tyler Haar, and he'll go out of bounds at about the 10-yard line, right around the original line of scrimmage to make it 3rd down and 10.
Mount Gilead defense doing a good job of not only stuffing up in the front right there, but making sure to get out to the sides. Like we said, that we felt like that could be a point of attack if you're Fredericktown, but Mount Gilead's trying to prove us wrong right there and show that they can not only be stout up the front, but they can do it on the sides too.
So 3rd down, and we'll call it about 11 as the ball's going to be just shy of that 10-yard line on the far hash mark. Sipes is going to have one in the backfield, 3 split left, 1 to the right. He's going to roll over to the left-hand side. He's got time looking downfield. He's going to get rid of the ball, and he's got his receiver there. Did he get his feet in? He did, and that'll be a 1st down as he caught Brody Davis on an out route.
Big play there by Sipes using his arm, which absolutely he can do. We watched last year. Sipes does have an arm. He absolutely can launch the ball if he needs to, and that was a smart play right there. Good play design, and a nice job by Brody to get open.
So that gives him a little more breathing room. That pushes the ball all the way outside the 20 over to the 24-yard line and makes it 1st and 10 as the drive continues to go here in the 1st quarter. Shotgun formation again, 2 split left, 1 split out far to the right as Roush is in the backfield. Sipes drops back. He's looking deep. He's trying to get Toombs one-on-one on Tyler Haar, and that ball was just overthrown, and that's going to be a matchup they're going to try to exploit as Toombs is 6'5". Tyler Haar is 5'8", and that's on a good day. And he was able to just, luckily that ball went out of bounds because any type of high point right there is not going to be his benefit.
It's not, but what I will say, and I found this out last week, and I should have done my research, but he might be listed at 5'8". Every part of him plays at a 6'2" player right there, man. And I know that height discrepancy could be a problem, but he's not going to let it be.
No, he's going to come at you full force for sure. Shotgun formation, trips to the right as Sipes rolls out. He's going to go a quick hitter to Davis, hits him on the shoulder pads. He's going to step to the outside, and he'll go down there as Tyler Haar, along with one other teammate, rode him out of bounds, but not before they got a 1st down.
And all of a sudden, a little bit different look right here from the Freddies. They're airing the ball out a little bit, getting wide, getting that Mount Gilead defense running, getting them gassed a little bit too. That's part of the problem. It's like you said, players playing both ways. This Mount Gilead defense, the longer this drive goes and the more energy they have to expend here, some of these offensive players are going to have to roll right back out there.
So the drive continues to churn here at the 40-yard line with a 1st and 10 inside Fredericktown territory. Shotgun formation, fakes the handoff to the Davis on the sweep, gives it to Roush on the dive, and again, Mount Gilead goes ahead and just proves the middle of the field is not an option for you.
No, they say you might be getting away with some of these passes on the outside, some of these things like that, but the middle's just not going to be anywhere you can go. That's going to be rush hour downtown Columbus. There's no moving. You're not going anywhere. I found that out today.
Yeah, well, that construction's just moving along smooth over there. It will be nice when they get it done.
It will in 2030.
Right, I digress. 2nd down and 9 as the ball's just on the other side of the 40-yard line, shy of the 42 actually. Shotgun formation, 3 left, 1 to the right as he takes the snap, drops back. He's got plenty of time. He's reading a cookbook. He's knitting a sweater. He's got more time. He's going to come back this way, and he's got Roush wide open in the corner if he's not careful as he's going to throw it to Roush, and he did catch it. It looked like it was a little bit low, but they got a flag on the far side. Yep, ineligible man downfield, and when you sit back there in the backfield that long, that's going to happen.
Yeah, it looked like he had finished his first novel and was working on the autobiography right there, but just a little bit too much time. Something eventually is going to happen. But he had all the time in the world, which is kind of interesting. Again, that Mount Gilead front, they don't let you on their side, but it doesn't seem like they were really making much energy. They were making much, headway. They're trying to get into the Freddy side. Sipes had all day.
So that's going to make it 2nd down, and we'll call it about 13 as the ball is going to be pushed back inside the 40 into the 37-yard line on the far hash mark. Sipes under center, 2 right, 2 to the left. As Roush is in the backfield, he's rolling over, he's looking, he's got Davis at the 50. Davis made the catch, and he tried to get out of bounds, or tried to cut back in bounds, I say. And he was hammered down.
Yeah, he didn't look like he was going to be satisfied with those yards right there. Wanted to see if he could get a little bit more and ended up paying for it there. But
we're going to say he's shy of that 1st down marker, too.
Yeah.
That's some great eyesight from 50 yards away. So it's going to be 3rd down and about an inch, I guess, is what we'll call it.
Can I make a vote for 2 inches?
Yeah, by all means,
all means. Yeah, I just from out here. He made the call from the same distance. I think it's about 2 inches.
All right, fair enough.
Oh,
no. No, he didn't like that.
Ooh.
What are we doing? We pointed one way. He points one way. The other guy points. What are we doing? We are going to be 1st and 10. All right, they're going to say they got it. So I'm glad we got that all sorted out.
And the drive continues. Fresh set of downs here, though, for Freddy's.
As they are knocking on the door of the Indians' territory right at the 50-yard line. Shotgun formation, 2 left, 2 to the right. As Roush is going to be in the backfield. Now Toombs will go in motion from left to right. Toombs looks lost. He's trying to figure out what's going on. As Sipes takes his hand off, he's like, don't worry about it. Roush has got the ball. That's all you need to worry about. And he's going down that sideline with one man to beat his Trainer. And Trainer brings him down at about the 20-yard line. And they'll say he actually stepped out at the 18. He was trying to lobby for a horse collar tackle, but the official said, no, that's not the case. And that is another big gain and a first down, puts him inside the 20.
A couple explosive plays in this drive have really changed the look at it. You got to remember, they started on their own 10 and pushed themselves back to their own 5 on this drive, and now here they are marching the entire length of the field, burning this first quarter clock and burning the Mount Gilead defense in a couple of these plays.
So shotgun formation, trips out to the right, one in the backfield with Roush, and we're going to have what? False start or encroachment? Oh, we're going to have offsides on Mount Gilead.
That's not what Mount Gilead needs when this Freddie offense is playing the way they are right now.
Yeah, this is going to have to be a big step here for this defense. They're going to need to find a little way to ease the landslide that the Freddies are putting on them right now offensively, because, like you said, if the Freddies start clicking and jump up 1 or 2 scores on you, Mount Gilead's offense isn't designed to play from behind.
No, I think one of the differences you're going to see in this game, I think Sipes has that ability to run out and make some of those passes. I don't know if Long's going to have that in his arsenal yet.
So it's going to make it 1st and 5 after that encroachment on the defense, as Sipes is in shotgun formation, 2 left, 2 to the right. Roush in the backfield with him, takes a snap, turns. He's going to keep it himself on a play action, go off that left side. He made a man miss in the backfield, but he cannot make them all miss, as Trainer's there to bring him down. And that was Barnum almost got himself a personal foul as he came in a little late on that hit.
That looked like a really late hit right there. I was really surprised that didn't go down. It was pretty clear the play was over right there, and he still kind of jumped right on top.
So they're going to be a loss of yards there, and it's going to move the ball back across the 15-yard line to the 16. And that'll make it 2nd down, and we'll call it about 7. As Sipes breaks the huddle. Going to send 2 out to the right, 1 near side left as Roush is in the backfield with him. Takes a snap. He's going to drop back. He's going to roll that way. Now the pressure's coming. He gets hit as he throws, and incomplete as he was trying to hook up with Toombs. Now we do have a flag in the backfield. I don't know if that's going to be a hold. It is a hold. Yeah, that's, oh boy. Because you almost, Toombs had a argument that he may have been obstructed from getting to the ball, but not for anywhere is it going to matter, as they got a holding penalty. So we talked about this at the beginning of the game. These are the situations where boom, 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 we're knocking you down. Mm-hmm. And then we knock ourselves down, too. I don't know if we feel bad because we're knocking you down or what it is, but if you don't score on this is going to be a huge swing of that momentum back over to Mount Gilead's side. So Sipes is going to roll to his right, and he's going to go down as Brandon Kane unblocked from the backside.
Wow, and what a shift in momentum in these last couple of plays. You could see in the play prior, you could see every fan sitting here pulling their hands out for a flag to be thrown. They really thought Toombs was going to get that pass interference, but it doesn't happen.
And Coach Reed is going to need to take a moment. Coach Hartley is going to take a moment to talk about this. We will, too, as you're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Country Court Skilled Nursing and Rehabilitation Center lets you experience the heart of caring with skilled nursing and therapy for after a surgery. We also provide outpatient therapy for those able to return home. Give us a call at 740-397-4125. Visit us at 1076 Coshocton Avenue, countrycourt.com, and find us on social media. Country Court's residents and staff wish all of the area student athletes the best of luck this season. Country Court is a Levering Management skilled nursing center.
At the Living Center in Mount Vernon, we provide active, carefree, and secure senior living. Our on-site restaurant and salon mean no more battling Mother Nature to enjoy a meal and feel and look good. Give us a call at 740-397-3897, visit us at thelivingcenter.net, or at 201 North Main Street in Mount Vernon and find us on social media. Everyone at the Living Center wishes all of the area student athletes the best of luck this season. The Living Center is a Levering Management senior apartment community.
Out of the huddle they go. Out of the timeout we come. It's 3rd and 31. Sipes takes the snap. He's going to go for a screen here to Davis. And he's going to try to make some men miss, but he'll get across the 30 down to the 25. I think that's just try to get as much yards as you can there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you look at a 3rd and a mile, and you figure, well, we can at least jog half the mile. It makes it a little bit more doable. So put yourself now on a 4th and 18, which is much more reasonable than the 3rd and 31 we found ourselves in.
True, and that is that kind of optimistic viewpoint on life, like Gary has, and Gary is one of the most optimistic guys in the world, and that's how he would see that. Me, I'm a little more pessimistic and would say, why did we end up at 3rd and 31 in the first place when we were looking at 1st and 10 inside the 20? So now you're looking at 4th down, shotgun formation, 3 right, 1 near side left. Sipes takes a snap. He's got time. He's looking. He's got more time. He's got great protection back there. Lots of protection. Finally gets rid of the ball and just overshoots his receiver as he was trying to hook up in the back corner of the end zone. I believe that was with Dalton Lang, and he just overshot him. And that's one of those things where you almost have too much time. And so then you really try to start making something fancy happen when it wasn't the way it needed to be. And that is a huge momentum swing now as the Mount Gilead defense is still stand tall and not allowed them to score.
Yeah, and I think something to key in on there, too, is if you watch right after that play, and you can actually see Toombs down here on the right side, he was extremely frustrated. And I think one of the coaches is going to have to talk to him because they can tell he's frustrated. He's going to be a key in this game. They're going to need him to get his level headed.
1st and 10 for the Indians. Wishbone formation. He's going to hand it to Trainer on the sweep off that left side. He made a man miss out across the 30, and he'll go down at the 30-yard line, a gain of 5. Nice little run.
And now you find yourself in an interesting position if you're Mount Gilead because you can entirely kill all that momentum the Freddies had. Gone. Now if Mount Gilead can find a way to march back down the field and do exactly what the Freddies couldn't, boy, that's going to be a gut punch for the Freddies.
I tell you what, we saw Mount Gilead do this last week, too, against a very powerful offense in the form of Danville. And it was one of those things. They just kept taking the sails. They would go into the 20, and then from there they couldn't go any further. And that means this quarter also is not going to go any further as the clock finally runs out. So our score here is Fredericktown 0, Mount Gilead 0. You're listening to the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Avita Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is proud to care for area athletes. Fellowship trained in complex knee and shoulder surgery, orthopedic surgeon Dr. Kyle Randall and sports medicine physician Dr. Jeremy Ream provide comprehensive sports medicine and orthopedic care for athletes, weekend warriors, and anyone who wants to get back on their feet, from strains and sprains to ACL and shoulder reconstruction. Avita has the experts you need. Call 419-709-8645.
Great news, Central Ohio. Foster's Pharmacy offers daily dose packaging, which are convenient and simple. It's truly personalized care you're looking for. It just starts with a call to get started. Take the hassle out of your medications. Call 740-392-0911. Foster's Health Mart Pharmacy.
Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
A Snickers candy bar. That's what I bought with my second quarter in life, a Snickers candy bar. That's how old I am. You could get it for 25 cents. Gary wouldn't know anything about that dream. All right, it's going to be 2nd down and 5 for the Indians. Or it's going to be wishbone formation. He's going to hand it off on the dive right up the middle, and he'll push up to about the 35. You let the pile sit there that long, and then you throw a flag. Like, he had stopped his forward momentum last week. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. I don't know what you're calling from that. You're going to go with a face mask.
Wow.
All right, well, that's another break. And, I mean, I think that is going to be the vibe to our season here, Austin, is penalties at the most inopportune times.
Yeah.
I mean, that just seems to be, over the first 4 weeks, a lot of everything's going great, and then there comes that yellow laundry, and everything goes south.
Dreaded.
The dreaded yellow laundry. So it's T formation again for the Indians. As Long takes a snap, he's going to turn, and he keeps it himself. Looked like he was trying to give it to Vickers, and maybe he had a little confusion there on that handoff, and he gets wrapped up, no gain, maybe a loss of a yard on that play.
Yeah, if you're the Freddies right here, I mean, that's a big penalty to take, to give the free yardage and give the free down right there. And you got to find a way to make a stand and get some motivation back on that sideline for the Freddies, because you can tell the frustration. You can see it. They felt like they had something cooking right there, and all of a sudden it just gets taken away by really a lot of their own doing. A big sack at an inopportune time, an ill-advised penalty.
2nd down and 10. T formation again, long underneath center as he turns, takes the snap, hands it off. Nope, it's a play action. He's going to look to pass. He's going to roll it out of his pocket. Nothing there. Good decision by that young man. He gets hit out of bounds. Yep, there's that penalty, and that's going to be another 1st down. And
it's tough.
I mean, Guns N' Roses had a song on their second Use Your Illusion album called Beating a Dead Horse. But unfortunately right now, the KMAC seems to be just suffering from a plethora of flags every week. And we got a player down on the far sideline as well, as it looks like a Freddy's player may have been rolled up from on behind in the back end of this play. Now, the penalty came at the 45-yard line. That's an unsportsmanlike, unnecessary. So that's a free 1st down and 15 yards. That'll push you all the way down inside of Freddy's territory to the 40-yard line. As the young man for the Freddies is able to jump up. I believe that is number 60.
And if you're
50.
Yeah, if you're the Freddies here, though, I hear you would use your illusions, but you're going to need to find an appetite for destruction, because you cannot continue to let this happen. You have to find a way to slow them down. You can't just these ill-advised, they're shooting themselves in the foot.
Unlike Bob Marley, who shot the sheriff. So it's going to be a split back formation, one split out far left. As trainer's in motion is going to turn. It's going to be a handoff to Elliott right up the middle there across the 40, and then he's going to get stood up and driven backwards. You'll see the official's going to say forward progress, marks him down at the 37-yard line.
And the wheel in the sky of this drive keeps on rolling. I don't know how long I can keep it up, but we're going to see what we can do here. But this drive, as long as it's staying alive, the Mount Gilead hopes of getting the first lead of this game stays alive.
Just like the Bee Gees.
Just staying alive.
Amen, my friend.
Look at that.
Be all over it today. 2nd down, we're going to call it 8 here for the Indians. Split back for, we're going to the old wishbone formation with one split out far side right. I got so excited I couldn't even talk. Turn handoff is going to be Vickers right up that middle. And just like a train, he's going to keep pushing down the tracks. And he is going to finally stop at about the 25-yard line, but not before he got another 1st down for the Indians.
Tell you what, Wishbone looked good right there. No problem with that front to the Freddies right there. And, yeah, that was a power run right there. That was old school Nebraska football.
I tell you, it's defensively, it is a whole different ball game when you're playing against this kind of offense. It's because of the fact that in that wishbone, in that T formation, you have 4 people you have to account for every single snap. And it's the linebacker's responsibility along with the defensive end. So it's a whole different game discipline-wise. Long under center, takes a snap, turns, hands it off. It's going to be Vickers again. He'll push the pile up to about the 20-yard line, and there he goes down. But right now, it's almost as if the whole life has just left the Freddies. I mean, ball snap, 2-3 yard push automatically. You used to see kind of a standstill there in the first quarter. The defense needs to find a spark. They need a big play. They need one of their seniors to step up. So again, wishbone formation, one split out far right. Long under center, turns, hands it off. It's going to be Vickers again. He's going to make a man miss out to the 15 and go down at about the 11. And that'll be another 1st down for the Indians and keep the drive alive. And they'll still have a chance to get one more 1st down before they actually have to put it into the end zone.
And ultimately, I don't know how much mentally it's going to play an impact in it, but the fact that this is the same exact in the field where the Freddies tried to do exactly this and failed, now they have to watch Mount Gilead sit there and march right down that exact same yard line. That mentally could play a role in this, just as far as how frustrating it is to watch them do what you thought you were on the route to do earlier. I don't know.
It could be, or it could be like we've seen all season long, and Mount Gilead will be like, well, hold on, let me one-up you, and it's going to be 3rd down and 40. So 1st and 10, wishbone formation, turns, hands it off, Rodham right up that middle, and he's going to push up across the 5, and he'll get tripped up down to about the 3-yard line, and he's like, no. We're going to go ahead and we're going to run this in.
Yeah, Barnum has no plans of doing what you just said right there. He has plans of he has a one-way ticket to the end zone.
So 2nd down, we'll call it about 2 as the ball's inside the 5-yard line. They need to get right to the 1-yard line to reset the downs. And obviously, if they get one more yard than that, they got 6 points on the board. Wishbone formation, turns, hands off. It's going to be Vickers this time, and is he in? Nope. They're going to say he was just shy of the goal line. He tried to dive, and it was a great job defensively there for the Freddies. I could not see exactly who it was, but it looked like Elijah Roush at that point of contact just shot lower than him and was able to force his feet out from underneath him, and he wasn't able to extend the ball across that goal line, but it did get him a first down and makes it 1st and goal.
Yep, like you said, they had the opportunity to get that first down without getting the touchdown. It's now to get that fresh set. You have 4 tries here to try and get in 1 yard.
I would be hard-pressed to think they aren't going to be able to pull this off. T formation as Longs underneath center turns, hands it off. It's going to be Vickers again. Touchdown, Mount Gilead.
Wow, what a drive. That was impressive by Mount Gilead to make that stand on defense earlier, then come back and do this exactly right here. That's exactly what they had drawn up. They killed some clock. They kind of demoralized the Freddies as they drove.
I tell you, the only thing I've ever seen run smoother and better is when Gary's setting up the whole production here. But that's comparing humans to gods.
Isn't it a treat to watch,
though?
Oh,
it's a masterpiece.
Oh, it's a machine.
So it's 6-0 as they come out for the 2-point conversion. T formation, as long as going to go underneath center here. Turns, hands it off again to Vickers. No, he keeps it himself. He almost got hit in the backfield. Stutter stepped in, and he was not able to get in, though, and it's getting chippy down there. I got a feeling we're going to start seeing some more laundry as the game goes on, but our score right now is Mount Gilead 6, Fredericktown nothing. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Your sinks are backed up, the electric in your master bedroom needs rewired, and now the wife is asking for a new addition. It's time to get in touch with Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Now Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004. They can fix your electrical and plumbing needs and give your bathroom and kitchen a remodel.
Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction is a proud sponsor for all the local high school teams.
Enjoy the season. Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction. 740-627-8004.
Hey, in this time of high inflation, remember, Goodwill stores have the lowest propane prices in town. So, get your propane tank filled at the Goodwill Plaza store in Newark, the Goodwill Unlimited store in Heath, Goodwill at the Lake in Buckeye Lake, or the Goodwill Plus store in Fredericktown, and save big. Goodwill can...
And right into action we come. It's going to be a low squib kick. It's going to bounce and be taken at about the 25-yard line by Davis. Stutter step, made a man miss, almost made another man miss at the 35. But he was not able to get out of the grasp of big number 66 there for Mount Gilead as Mason Gearhart brought him down.
Yeah, you can tell right there, Brody Davis. He thought he was one step away from getting all 6 of those points back.
He was just looking for that one shining moment, is what he was looking for. So they're going to get great field position here again. And, it's going to be interesting to see in a situation like that last drive. And we talked about it a little bit, and we may have to come back to it after this play. Where is the tension going to go for this team if things start falling even worse? Shotgun formation, 2 left, 2 to the right. As Davis comes in motion from left to right, he's going to fake the handoff to him as Sipes. He takes it himself. Stutter steps, makes the man miss in the backfield, cups over to the right, and drops the shoulder out across the 40 to the 43, and Vickers brings him down. But you see the frustration on the sideline. Sipes came off frustrated. Toombs came off frustrated. Toombs was barking at his teammate down in the end zone. And they're all good things. I'm not saying that's bad things. Teams are going to do that.
Oh, yeah.
But if they can't get it to click, does that frustration boil over into a negative factor? So we'll have to see how that plays out here on this drive. Shotgun formation, 3 left, 1 to the right. As Roush is on the left-hand side, rolls out there with him. He's going to look downfield. Toombs, or somebody forgot about him. Oh, my Lord. Just like Dre, somebody forgot him, and he's into the house for a payday. Touchdown, Freddies.
Look at that. Just like that. Sipes says, you know what? I'll handle this. What a pass. Not hard to make that connection, though, when you got 20 yards between you and the nearest defender, though.
Tell you what, we talked about it a little bit earlier in the first quarter. What other player for the Freddies is going to step up? And there it is. Dalton Lang kind of said, hey, I got you guys. They're looking at Toombs. They're looking at Roush. Sipes, they're shadowing you. They don't want you to run. Well, forget about me. I'll hit him with a little hitch and go, and that's exactly what had happened as he was able to exploit the defense over there and get free for a huge gain and make this score 6-6 as they line up for the extra point. And the kick is no good as it's blocked, and that'll stay tied. So our score here is Mount Gilead 6, Fredericktown 6. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Hey, in this time of high inflation, remember, Goodwill stores have the lowest propane prices in town. So get your propane tank filled at the Goodwill Plaza store in Newark, the Goodwill Unlimited store in Heath, Goodwill at the Lake in Buckeye Lake, or the Goodwill Plus store in Fredericktown, and save big. Goodwill can fill normal-sized grill tanks to motorhome and even large contractor tanks by the gallon. At Goodwill, you're always guaranteed the lowest propane prices in town.
As we come back, again, our score 6-6. Mount Gilead and Fredericktown all tied up here in the second quarter with 6:40 to go. And Austin talking during the break, Freddy's needed that. They had to find an answer offensively.
Yeah, you can't afford right there to have a 3-and-out or anything like that and just get even more frustrated. You know, tensions were rising on that sideline, but what an answer and what a reply right there.
So they will get ready to kick it off, as I believe that is Isaiah Blake doing the kicking duties. As back deep for Mount Gilead is Trainer along with Tyler Haar. Nope, gets his foot into it. It's going to bounce at about the 20 and be picked up there by Trainer. Trainer's going to go off that far sideline. Yep, I knew there was flag coming on that one, and he will get dropped at the 35. So we're going to probably have a illegal chop block or crack block back at the 26-yard line.
Yeah, you could see that one from a little ways away. You knew at least one flag was coming down, but that second one even came.
I apologize. That was Devin Witt on the kickoff there for the Freddies. So that was a good kick return by Trainer, but unfortunately for him, the abusive relationship with that yellow flag continues, and that'll push them all the way back down inside, I believe, the 20-yard line, or right around the 20. I believe that's a spot foul, so it's going to mark it right at the 20.
Okay.
And that's where they'll start, 1st and 10.
Some shifts in momentum back and forth here the last few minutes. You had a Mount Gilead touchdown to change things, but Freddy's respond. What does Mount Gilead do here?
So they're going to come out in a wishbone formation again. One split out far side right. Trainer in motion from left to right. He's going to fake the handoff to him. He's going to give it to Vickers up the middle, or may have been Branham. And he's got nowhere to go. The Mount Gilead offensive line just could not find any type of room for him to work.
Yeah, that play was kind of dead from the start right there. You didn't really feel like there was any room right there. It felt like a little bit of hesitation, too, on the handoff. And after that, that half second, that second was gone, and there really was no space to move.
I'm going to say forward momentum actually gave him 2 yards on that.
Wow. That's best case scenario in all honesty.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 8 here for the Indians as they continue to get the cross-country endurance work out for the young quarterback as he comes over from the sideline back to the huddle. Wyatt Long, 6'2", 180-pound sophomore, and they're going to call a timeout, so we're going to step out too. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Looking to take your career to the next level? With Mount Vernon Nazarene University, you can earn your degree entirely online, anywhere, anytime. Our bachelor's and master's programs are designed to help you balance your education with work, family, and other priorities. Here at MVNU Online, we craft our faith-based programs specifically for your success. Learn more at mvnu.edu or call us today at 1-800-839-2355. Mount Vernon Nazarene University.
Out of the timeout. 2nd down, 8 yards. 5:48 to go here in the first half. Remind you to stick around after the half, or not after the half, after the game for the Pizza Cottage Player of the Game, but remind you to stick around for the half time show sponsored by UIS Insurance and Investments. Eventually my tongue will catch up. Single backfield right now as Long turns, hands it off. It's going to be, oh, no, play action. He's going to look downfield. He's got his receiver there. That's going to be Haar as he'll make a man miss at the 35. And the reinforcements show up, but it looked like a flag came flying in there late, too.
It looked like it landed on the pile, maybe. they were so angry. They just tossed it there.
It's probably going to be a face mask. We'll see here. Yep, that's exactly what the initial signal looks like. Is from the Freddie's own player himself. And another big penalty.
Yeah.
Adding on those free yards. Now, that was a great reception. That was going to be enough for the first down.
Yeah.
But you go ahead and tack on another 15. That's going to put them right inside your territory. And just to keep the situation going, I mean, you might as well cue up Guns N' Roses knocking on heaven's door. Attaboy. There you go. Sweet child of mine will keep up. Wishbone formation, this time with one split out far left. As man in motion from right to left is going to be hard. He's going to get it on a jet sweep. He's going to cut through the crease, and he's off to run. We got a flag down back, so it's going to probably all be for naught. As another stutter step, he gets pushed out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. And I got a feeling it's going to be a holding and bring it all back. Boy, he's shifty.
Yeah, that's a shame right there that one gets taken back because, man, he is fun to watch.
And that's exactly what it is. It's a holding on Mount Gilead. And, you know, one of the things that Har can give you when you line him up in that wishbone, and he's going to be the wing spot, so he's going to be just off the backhand hip of the tackle on the outside, is when you bring him into motion and the ball snapped, that line stands up, he's gone. You don't see him. 5'8", you're not quite sure where he is. He's got great agility on his feet. So once you do realize where he is, he already saw you coming in the first place, and he's half a step ahead of you.
Oh, absolutely.
Unlike Gary, who's always 5 steps ahead of us.
Well, you got the sun going down, the dusk, and it's basically just a night train rolling through the field right there. How do you stop him? How do you see him?
Night train. That's off the Lies, Lies, Lies album. Nice. T formation. Man in motion in this time is going to be Jones. He's going to go out to the right-hand side. Turn, handoff is going to be Vickers right up that middle across the 45. And he'll push up to the 47-yard line. A good, strong gain there on second down, but now you're looking at a 3rd and long still behind the markers.
3rd and long behind the markers, and again, part of the issue with it, too, is that you don't really have the offense that's designed to get those big chunk plays. Not that it can't happen, but it's just not there.
It's not your bread and butter, to say the least.
No.
So we'll see what they come up here now. Oh, it's only second. All right,
We've
only
been
second
fooled
down.
again.
Shame on me. Fool me twice, never fool me again. Anyways, takes a snap, play action. He's looking down. He's going to get his wide receiver Trainer there. He said, I could throw the ball, Austin. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he said, chunk plays who?
And that'll get down to the 40. And that'll be enough for another first down. And, boy, I tell you what, man, this young quarterback from Mount Gilead, not a world beater by any means. I'm not trying to christen him as that, but he shows you enough that you think to yourself, man, in 2 years when he's a senior, this is going to be a fun team to watch.
Oh, for sure.
Wishbone formation, turns, hands it off. Random this time is going off that right side across the 35 and falls forward for about another 3 yards there down to the 32-yard line, and a gain of 8 on the first down.
Yeah, I think young Wyatt Long, I mean, I think what he's really showed you is that he started in 2 difficult kind of positions.
And Mount Gilead's not liking it. Or, excuse me, Fredericktown is not liking this. They're going to take a timeout, and we will too. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
So Fredericktown took a timeout here. Hartley is, he's having a one-way conversation with his team right now and pointing a lot of his head, talking about mental discipline, maintaining your responsibilities. We talked about this before the game. When you watch a offense like this is not your normal offense. It is key to stay home. You cannot leave your gap because these running backs, sometimes it's so quick hitter in there, those counters can hit you like that and away they go. And that's looked like what happened there on that last play. So it's second down, and we'll call it about 2. As, again, they're in the wishbone formation. One split out far left. Turn, handoff, run him off that right side. And he'll get tripped up, but not before he gets out to the 30-yard line, which should be enough for a first down.
Yeah, that's the problem, too, though, with this Freddie defense. Like you kind of said, you have to take this whole week to kind of prepare for this different look offense. And when your defensive setup that you're in doesn't work immediately, there's this frustration of like, man, what do we do? How do we stop this? And it's building. You can kind of tell.
Split back formation. Long takes a snap, turns, hands it off. It's going to go off that left side this time. I believe that was Branham again on the carry, and it's going to be a gain for 4 yards.
And I think you hit on it earlier, too, with Wyatt Long from Mount Gilead. I really think he started out in 2 tough positions. You start out your first career game. You have to go play in Danville against that crowd. Now you come to a homecoming here for the Freddies. It's been 2 impressive starts for him and 2 impressive showings to start his career.
Split back formation again. One split out farther right. He's going to fake it. He's going to look. He's going to drop. He's going to throw. And he's got Trainer right there at the 15. Made 2-man miss. Drops the shoulder down across the 10. And he'll go down at the 6-yard line. And, well, I tell you what, Trainer is I think Trainer likes pizza. He's saying, hey, guys, hey, don't forget about me.
Yeah, another side note, too. I think Gary might have put a mic in Long's headset because I talked about, chunk plays and not being able to do them. They proceeded to do 2 of them immediately afterwards. So I think he heard me, and I don't know how I was set up, but I'll find out. I'll get to the bottom of it.
Broadcasting is a lot like having kids. You can say things and nobody's going to listen. So T formation again for the Indians as Long's underneath center. Turns, takes a snap, hands it off. Brandon off that right side, drops his shoulder, and balls forward down to the 2-yard line. Well, he's just got bad intentions when you hand him that ball.
Yeah, no, he's a downhill runner from the second he touches it, and you can feel him. You know the middle of that pile. They feel it when he busts in there like that. That's tough.
The pile doesn't stay still.
No,
it moves
no,
forward.
There's a shift forward.
If you're a defensive player, you're on your back.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 2nd down and goal now. Ball sits on the far hash mark at the 2-yard line. Down to 2 minutes and 22 seconds to go here in the second quarter. I mean, deuces are wild, my friend. As Long is underneath center in a T formation. Takes a snap, turns, hands it off. Will go right to the middle on the dive, and he will go no further, as they will say he's just shy at about the 1-foot line.
They are knocking on the door right here. You really feel like it's kind of an inevitability that they're going to march their way in there. But this Fredericktown defense is doing their best to really try and keep them out of there, see if they can make 2 more stops.
Tell you what, man, you cue up the band and head on down to Mardi Gras and watch to see if the Saints can go marching in. T formation for the Indians as Long comes underneath center. Takes a snap, turns, hands it off. Ran him off that right side. He got hit initially, but bounced off it, and he's in. Touchdown, Indians.
It is confirmed the Saints do go marching in, as you said. No denying them right there, though. Again, with Mount Gilead, that's their style right there. They're not a 3rd and long kind of team, but you give them those short yardage downs, they'll get it. They'll get that 1. They'll get that 2. And now they went earlier here to try and get that. They tried to get 2 on their first touchdown and weren't able to get it. Fredericktown went and tried to do the same thing. Are they able to cash in now, though, and really make this make it a 2-possession game?
You really almost wonder if you don't try to air this one out. You said, maybe a little play action, catch them off guard. You're 3 yards, so you're already kind of hammered in right now as it is. So we'll see here a split back formation as Long's underneath center. Takes a snap. He's going to fake it, a play action. He's going to look. He's going to keep it himself, and nothing there. Great job defensively by the Freddies of maintaining discipline and not letting anybody come open. So that makes our score Mount Gilead 12, Fredericktown 6. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon is one of 11 pizza cottages in Ohio. They are among the nation's best performing pizzerias and ranked in Pizza Today. The finest ingredients is used daily. Treat your customers and employees like family and always give back to the community. Offering not only takeout but also dine-in and full bar. Book your group parties today. Find Pizza Cottage on Facebook or go to pizza-cottage.com to begin your journey of tastes.
As we come back to action here for the kickoff. Again, our score, Mount Gilead 12, Fredericktown 6. As this is week number 5, and both teams looking to make a little move in the KMAC here as Fredericktown won their first game last week against Cardington. Mount Gilead lost, and they're looking to change it over here now. So Vickers is going to kick the ball. It's going to be a squib kick down to the 35. I was going to say his knee went down, so he should be down. And the line judge will mark him down right at the 35, and that's what will take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, it really is a statement game for both teams in the KMAC. Mount Gilead's trying to fend off the idea of going 0-2, which you absolutely don't want to start. When it's only a 7-game KMAC season, you really don't want to start 0-2. That's a big hill to climb back up. But if you're the Freddies, you're off to a 1-0 start. You really want to make that 2-0, and really, they're sitting 3rd in the KMAC right now. Really want to try and get yourself locked into that number 2 spot if you can.
So 1st and 10 for the Freddies as they come out of the huddle shotgun formation. 2 left, 2 to the right. Roush in the backfield with Sipes as he takes the snap. He's going to roll left. He's looking downfield. Looking again. He's looking for Toombs deep and just underthrew him as Toombs was open at about the 40-yard line, but the ball dropped right about the 35.
Been a couple times tonight that he feels like, again, you have so much time out there that he's almost overthinking the throw. He's either airmailing it way too high or he's throwing it way too low, but it just almost feels like, again, it's weird to say, but it almost feels like too much time.
So it brings up a 2nd down here for the Freddies. Clock stopped at 1:29 as they trail 12-6, and Mount Gilead gets the ball to start here, so you want to see if you can't make some kind of noise. Shotgun formation, 2 left, 2 to the right. Roush on the right-hand side. It's going to be a design quarterback draw. Sipes is going to stutter step off to the right side. Made a man miss across the 40. And a good job there stepping out of bounds, stopping the clock at the 46-yard line and picking up a first down.
Yeah, it was a smart play right there. He didn't, choose to engage into the contact right there. He didn't try to get that extra yard or two. He stepped out, took his medicine, got the first down. It was a good play.
So it moves the ball out to the 46-yard line and keeps this drive alive with another 1st and 10 here for the Freddies. I'd like to thank some of our sponsors this week: Griffin Insurance, Howard Hilton, Foster's Pharmacy, Mount Vernon Nazarene University, Spearman Financial Services, Elite Preparedness, Pizza Cottage, Avita Health Systems, Licking Knox, Goodwill. Shotgun formation, 3 left, 1 to the near side right in the form of Davis. As Roush is in the backfield with Sipes, he takes the snap, he rolls left, he's got time again. This time he's going to try to come back to the right. Now the pressure's coming, he's going to just throw the ball away as the pressure initially came in, and now we got a flag in the middle of what are we doing? Oh, my. Oh, boy.
Wow. That's on Toombs.
The young man is just having himself a rough night, and that sucks because he's a great athlete and he's got that potential, but right now he is just frustrated, and he's having a hard time focusing that frustration in a positive manner. I got a feeling he said something because there wasn't a whole lot of contact.
No.
It was just kind of him walking back in frustration. He may have let one of the infamous 4-letter words fall out of his mouth, and the official threw the flag because he was standing right there. So that pushes it all the way back inside their territory to the 31. And it's 1st and 22-ish, 26-ish, 24-ish, 24. We'll settle on that. Shotgun formation, 2 left, 2 to the right. Sipes takes a snap. He's going to look. He's got time. He's going to point. He's trying to find somebody somewhere, and he finds Davis at the 42, but it falls down. We got a flag in the backfield. That may be pass interference. One of his receivers he was looking for right in the middle of the field ended up on his backside. I believe he was trying to hook up with Carter Mall.
Yeah, I don't think that was part of the route to end up on his backside like that. So I think something might happen right there.
Pass interference is definitely the call, and I believe that is also an automatic first down, but we will see. They're going to mark it off from the original line of scrimmage back at the 30. And that brings the ball all the way up to the 46, but that is not an automatic first down, but it makes it 1st and 9. So a little better off, but you're a lot worse off because you're down to 1:12. Shotgun formation, 2 left, 2 to the right. Sipes takes a snap. He's going to roll left. He's got time. He's looking down there. He's going to, his wide receiver stopped the route. He was looking downfield at, I believe that was number 12, Levi Platt, and Platt just stopped the route.
Yeah, that was tough right there, man. It felt like you had the opportunity.
Holding.
Ooh.
Fredericktown.
Boy, it's ping pong of penalties. It's just, you take it, I take it, you take it.
Hot potato, my friend. So, well, I mean, that's 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, something like. Right now, the Freddies are struggling to find that consistency.
Yeah.
And that pushes the ball back all the way to the 36-yard line. Still first down.
Longest first down we've ever seen.
I mean, it's gone from 26 to 9 to now 20. So the ball's at the 36-yard line. 3 split out far side left. 1 near side right is Davis. As Sipes takes the snap, he's going to roll left. Now he's going to look back to the right. Pressure's coming. He's going to have to scramble out. He's still looking downfield as he's trying to find somebody, and he's just going to throw the ball away as nobody was open. And that was a good choice there as pressure was coming right off that left side.
Did a quick scan of the field. I do not see a flag. It looks like we will be advancing to 2nd down, which feels like almost a slight victory in and of itself right there. Minor. Depends on what side you're on right there,
It was almost like Groundhog Day. Keep playing first down over and over and over again. So second.
Sipes has all the space in the world, though, man.
Yeah, there's not much pressure coming out of that 4-man front, but they're not blitzing backers either. Like they're dropping 7 and keeping 4 on the pressure.
Yeah.
And the offensive line here for the Freddies is doing a great job of keeping Sipes clean. 3 left, 1 near side right, and Davis. As he takes the snap to Sipes, he's going to roll off that side. He's still looking downfield. He's looking even further downfield. Now the pressure starts to come. He's going to look and try to launch it to Davis. Davis is there, makes the catch, and dives out of bounds. Great awareness by Davis, and a huge gain. Should be enough for the first down.
Looks like it's going to be, and now all of a sudden, now you're in Mount Gilead territory. You still got 45 seconds left, so still enough time here to try and make something out of this drive. Like you said, find a way to score on this drive would be huge. You really don't want to go into that second half, Mount Gilead with the ball, and you're sitting there fighting the uphill battle right off the rip.
So it's going to be first and 10. There it went. First and 10 at the 43-yard line of Mount Gilead. Still some confusion there on what to do as they are late out of the huddle. 2 left, 2 to the right. Takes the snap, rolls over to Sipes. Sipes' pressure this way is coming. He's going to try to dump it off with the middle, and boy, that was just short as he was trying to hook up with number 12 there, Dalton Lang, and I mean, that ball was about 5 yards shy.
Yeah, it looked like he had Elijah Roush open down the middle there too, and you could see a little bit of frustration in his hands. You can definitely tell that the tension's high. I think the Freddies feel like they should have the opportunity here to be ahead. They feel like they've played well enough to at least have this be a level game. So you can see where some of this frustration is building up.
And the Freddies are going to take a timeout and talk about it too, so we'll step out. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Howard Hilton Grill, just east of Apple Valley on Coshocton Road, has a casual, cozy atmosphere, offering comfort food and good times. Open daily from 10 in the morning to 1 a.m., now adding Sunday morning breakfast at 8 a.m. The Howard Hilton also recently added on an outdoor tiki bar seating patio option with big screen TV. Stop by and enjoy great tastes like the Hilton Burger or enjoy Taco Tuesdays at the Howard Hilton in Howard. That's the Howard Hilton, 740-599-2337.
So out of the timeout, we come back. It's still second down as the Freddies have the ball inside Mount Gilead territory at the 43-yard line. 39 seconds to go, and I tell you right now, this defense for the Indians is doing a good job of maybe not getting the pressure on Sipes, but they're not giving him any targets downfield either. 3 split out left, 1 to the near side right in the form of Davis. Ebersol's in the backfield with Roush as he drops back. Or Sipes as he looks deep to Davis, and he's there! Touchdown, Freddies!
What a pass. No problems there finding a target. Threw him open if he needed to. What a play.
He's been seeing it all night long.
Yeah.
I mean, Davis wants that ball.
Oh, yeah.
He likes his matchup over here on this near side. And Sipes finally was able to get time. He was able to come free, and a good job there securing that catch and hauling it in for the score.
And now you find yourself in a spot right here where you're trying to go for this extra point. You're trying to go for the extra 2. And after 2 failed attempts and a missed field or a missed extra point, this could be big. It could give them the opportunity to have the lead here heading into half.
Get that old Mo back on your sideline. So shotgun formation. He's going to have 2 right, 2 to the left. Ebersol's in the backfield with him. Davis in motion from left to right. Sipes takes a snap. He's going to drop back. He's going to look right. There's Davis again, and he scores. So our score here is Fredericktown 14, Mount Gilead 12. You're listening to the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
If market volatility is keeping you awake at night, call Spearman Financial Services. Spearman Financial Services have seen plenty of ups and downs, and this is normal. As our old high school football coach would remind us, the true champion is found with your ability to bounce back after a loss. So stop losing sleep and call the team who will coach you through the good times and the bad times. Spearman Financial Services, financial plans that last a lifetime.
Securities offered through Valmark Securities Incorporated, member FINRA, SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Valmark Advisors Incorporated, SEC registered investment advisor. Spearman Financial Services is a separate entity from Valmark Securities Incorporated and Valmark Advisors Incorporated. Past performances cannot guarantee future results. One cannot invest directly in an index.
So we come back from the break there with 30 seconds left to go here in the first half. Our score, Fredericktown 14, Mount Gilead 12. And, you know, for all the struggles that the Freddies have had offensively, they have managed to answer every touchdown that the Indians have put on the board.
They have, and it's been a couple of quick strikes on some real explosive plays from the Freddies. And, if you're Mount Gilead, that's a really big mental shift right there because, man, you had this lead in this half for almost the entirety of it, and you're going to go into a halftime probably down by 2.
So the Freddies will get set here to kick the ball off as Witt's got it teed up right at the 40-yard line. Har, along with Trainer, are back deep, set up at about their own 10. Official blows it set, and he approaches it, gets his left foot into it, and it's going to be a low spiral kick. It's going to bounce over the top of Trainer, and it's going to go all the way to the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Boy, he got lucky as that ball shot off his shoulder like a cannon, and luckily for him, it went all the way in the end zone. and is an automatic touchback, whether it's touched or not in the high school level.
Yeah, that thing came out like a missile right there, man.
So that's a 1st and 10 for the Indians at their own 20-yard line. I got a feeling, to be honest with you, I got 30 seconds here. I don't know if they're really going to try to push it too much or if they'll be content with just running a play, letting the clock run out, and going to halftime down by 2 as they do get the ball to start the second half. So long under center, a T formation for the Indians. Turns, hands it off. He's going to give it to Vickers, I believe. And he'll push up to about the 20-yard line, and that's where he will go down. And we will see here as it's going to make it 2nd down and about 8.
Yeah, I think you're right with the idea of just running the clock out. With the way their offense works, there's really no reason to try anything crazy right there.
So they are going to let the clock run out, and that's going to make our score Fredericktown 14, Mount Gilead 12. As we go into halftime, stick around for the UIS Insurance and Investment Halftime Show. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
This is Lorraine from Buckeye Stoves. Yodel Summer Sale. Save up to $500 on all stoves and fireplace inserts with Yodel Summer Sale. It's a perfect time to buy a stove or fireplace. Don't miss out on the Yodel Summer Sale. Buckeye Stoves. Visit our showroom on State Route 95 in Fredericktown. Buckeye Stoves, the cozy way to save. Go Freddies!
Your family, the car that you bought when you were 18, the house you turned into a home. UIS Insurance and Investments protects what you love and provides security when you need it most. As an independent insurance agency, UIS Insurance and Investments is able to design a custom policy that's unique to you and assures that all things you love are safe and sound. For more information, go to uisprotect.com. UIS Insurance and Investments, trusted advisors for all your insurance needs.
It's halftime with the Mount Gilead Marching Band. Under the direction of Ross Runyon and Assistant Director Abby Stepp, along with color guard coaches Rosemary Kirkpatrick and Brooklyn Burton. Tonight the band presents their mid-season mashup, a collection of tunes from their first halftime show of the year, as well as a preview of their upcoming shows. They begin with the opener from their Spy movie show. Please enjoy Soul Bossa Nova from Austin Powers. band will continue with a preview of their senior show. Please enjoy a Beatles melody that becomes Mount Gilead marching band favorite, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and with a little help from my friends. To close, the band will preview their upcoming All About the 80s show with the Bon Jovi hit, You Gave Love a Bad Name. The mid-season matchup by the Mount Gilead Marching Band. Thank you, and go Indians!
Never meant more. It's not just a place, it's where life happens. Protect yours from the inside out with a home insurance policy from Frank & Muth Insurance. Are you ready to get frank about your insurance needs? Start a conversation with the experts at UIS Insurance and Investments and see if a homeowner's policy from Frank & Muth Insurance is right for you. Get started at UISprotect.com. That's UISprotect.com. UIS Insurance and Investments. Trusted advisors for all your insurance needs.
We proudly present the Fredericktown High School Marching Band. Our first charge this evening was an epic rock anthem recorded by Bonnie Tyler and featured in the movie Footloose. Sit back and enjoy our rendition of Holding Out for a Hero. classes of 1968 to 2024, we proudly present the Fredericktown Alumni Marching Band. Our next chart has been a stadium crowd favorite for many years. Best known by the singer Wilson Pickett and featured tonight by the combined bands, here's Land of a Thousand Dances.
I wasn't there. Sister took this song to the top of the charts and has been a crowd favorite ever since. Sit back and relax as the band plays We're Not Gonna Take It. At this time, we would like to recognize a former Fredericktown band director that is still an integral part of the Fredericktown band program. Mr. Stan Miller began his career at Fredericktown in 1976 and has devoted 30 years of teaching to help shape the band into what it is today. He still plays an active role in not only the band program, but also the Fredericktown School District and community. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please help us recognize Mr. Stan Miller? We'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of the alumni band members that dusted off their instruments and spent some time practicing so they could join us this evening. Thank you for your commitment to the Fredericktown band program, and we hope to see you again next year.
UIS Insurance and Investments protects what you love and provides security when you need it the most. They're a full-service, independent insurance agency with a hometown attitude dedicated to providing the best coverage and service possible. UIS Insurance and Investments supports area schools and communities with local offices in Northwest and Central Ohio and Southeast Michigan. For more information, go to uisprotect.com. That's uisprotect.com. UIS Insurance and Investments, trusted advisors for all your insurance needs.
We are back as we get ready here for the second half of action as we come out of the UIS Insurance and Investment halftime show. And I mean, I say it every week, and I will say it again this week. I have yet to see a band prove to me that I shouldn't have a drum corps following me around everywhere I go.
I thought you already did. With the presence you make, I already thought you had one, but the amount of power you would express with one would be unstoppable.
Oh, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I need me a drum corps. But anyways, back to things that you are here to listen to. So the first half of this game, we talked about it. It's the discipline of Fredericktown. Are they able to stay disciplined, keep the penalties from shooting themselves in the foot? And then the maturation process of the young quarterback over there on Mount Gilead side, coming into a second full start, having a full week of practice with the number ones underneath them. And I tell you what, man, it's been one of those games where Fredericktown's defense has done what we expected, and that's keep them close.
Yeah, they've really played great so far this game. They've kept them in it at times when you thought that offense really couldn't get rolling. That offense had a few quick strikes. Fredericktown's just managed to have a few explosive plays that really have changed the look of this game. And so it'll be interesting to see how Mount Gilead responds to that, because they were competitive for the entire half. They had the lead for the entire half until the last 45 seconds when they gave it up. And so how do they respond from that?
And that was a big chunk play.
65-yarder.
Yeah, and that's been it. I mean, you had that one, and then you had the nice long run. But other than that, the offense has really been kind of stagnant's not the word. Discombobulated.
Yeah.
They've seemed to have a hard time finding their way to get back into that rhythm they know. They've been put in some weird positions like 3rd and 36.
Not ideal.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what kind of adjustments Coach Hartley made at halftime to come out for this team as they now have the lead by 2. And on the other side for Mount Gilead, I mean, you don't have a whole lot to complain about. You got to talk defensively about those big plays. How do you keep that under control? Do they maybe need to have a safety kind of roaming back there, because that's what they haven't been doing, and that's why they got beat on that last pass play. But offensively, you've done what you needed to do. And defensively, you've done what you needed to do, and you haven't had a whole lot of penalties to hurt you. So it'll be interesting to see which team makes those adjustments coming here in the second half as they finally are done talking about it and ready to rock and roll. So Witt gets his foot into it. It's going to be a low end-over-end kick, and this time it's going to be taken by Hart at his own 15. He's going to come up to the 20. He's going to push it to the outside around the 30. Stiff arm there. Stutter step there across the 35. He's got a crease, and then he goes out of bounds at the 45-yard line. And a great job there by the young man to start him off with a good field position. 1st and 10 at the 46.
Hart making his second half presence known right there. Great field position for this offense that, like you said, they've been all right. But they need to really see if they can kind of get things going. They probably feel like they almost won that first half. They really should have. And they managed to give up a few explosive plays that really kind of bit them in the back. But we'll see how it goes right here. We'll see how they're able to kind of pick up where they left off in that first half and try and get driving down the field. A few extended drives would be good for them.
See if they're all able on the Fredericktown side to get on the same page with each other. They've struggled there. Wishbone formation. He's going to send a man in motion. That's going to be Trainer off that right side. Drops the shoulder at the 50 and punches his ticket for an extra 5 yards as he was not going down on first contact.
No, not at all. And I like that you pointed that out, because it has felt that way a lot with Fredericktown. And I just feel like they've just been a little off. They've been a little off kilter the whole night. You've seen frustration from some guys. You've seen Sipes back in the backfield with all the time in the world to pass. But it's because Mount Gilead's covering all of their guys. And there's just been this frustration. They feel like they're so close, but so far.
So wishbone formation again, split out far to the right. Trainer in motion, turns, hands it off. Vickers right up the middle. We got a flag, probably a hold, as that was a huge hole that opened up. I mean, you could have drove 2 Cadillacs through that thing. And it put the ball at the 36-yard line, but I got a feeling we do have a hold all the way back at the 46.
Yeah, I think we're going to be marching it back 10 yards.
Oh, it's a personal foul. Illegal block below the waist.
Oh.
So if you had that on your bingo card for tonight, congratulations.
That was on Gary's.
It always is.
Mm-hmm.
He's 5 steps ahead of us and 10 steps ahead of the world. So that'll push the ball all the way back to their territory at the 45-yard line. Or no, that may be a 15-yarder. That's probably going to push it back to the 40.
Yeah, that's you wanted to try and see if you could get away. Felt like we had a lot of penalties in that first half, a lot of momentum-shifting, momentum-changing penalties. And if either one of these teams could just really get on the same page and not bite themselves, you know, he's got to play clean football.
That is key. So they got him set now. He's going to have 2 split out far right, and he's going to have a split back formation. He's going to turn, hand it off Vickers again off that right side. He's out across the 45, and there he gets hit and driven backwards. They'll say forward momentum got him about to the 46, but it's a 3rd down and 11 now.
Yeah, now you find themselves in a position, like we said, you really need to be keeping those 3rd downs to somewhat manageable. 3rd and 11 for them is not a comfortable place to be. They have proven, Wyatt Long has proven that he can do it, but it's not a position that they want to be finding themselves in.
No, they're capable of doing it, but you don't haul a camper with a Chevy, Corvette either, so there's no reason to try it. Turns, hands it off. It's going to be Vickers off that right side. Nope, it's going to be play action. Oh! And he overshot his receiver. As coming open there was Bo Sayers, and he just overshot him and almost intercepted by Fredericktown.
And just like that, it's a quick drive over, and all of a sudden, if you're Freddy's, you look at this as a legitimate opportunity to hopefully go out here and try and make this a 2-score game.
Yeah, that was almost kind of a blueprint of what Fredericktown did to themselves in the first half.
Yeah.
You had a great drive going, and then you shot yourself in the foot, and now you got to give the ball back. So Vickers is back deep to kick. As it's going to be Davis is back deep for the Freddies with one other. He's going to take it at about his own 17-yard line, and there's Tyler Haar. He's going to get him with the stiff arm. He gets out to the 20, and he'll go down there. We got a flag that came from about 60 yards downfield. I mean, that was a great throw by that.
I thought the official was in Mount Gilead. That was a toss right there.
It had to get some FAA clearance to land on the runway as it came flying from the backfield. I got a feeling it's going to be an illegal block on the back on Fredericktown.
Could be, and again, you just can't find a way to get out of your own way. Yeah, field position just not going to be favorable here.
I think it was Winston Churchill that said, when you find yourself in a hole, stop digging. And that's a simple mentality, but right now the Freddies are just struggling. And this isn't just this week. I mean, we've seen this season with the Fredericktown Freddies. Is just the discipline side of things and maintaining the ability to not have all these penalties. Shotgun formation. Davis is in motion. Sipes fakes the hands off to him, keeps it himself off that left side, and he got about 2 or 3 yards before he goes flying backwards.
Yeah, and it's tricky with it too, because you feel like, again, you have the big 3 for the Freddies, and one of those 3 is no longer in this game. Got so frustrated that he's out of it, and that really does take a hit. So this offense lost a major weapon for this second half. You got to try and adapt around that now.
Indeed, as we'll see what they're able to do with 3 split out left, 1 near side right. And Davis, he's going to roll left his Sipes. He's going to look. He's got time. He's pointing downfield, and oh, wow. He told Toombs to go deep. Toombs kind of cut back into the middle of that field, and that almost got intercepted as it just went off the fingertips of the defender there from Mount Gilead.
Yeah, and that's misspeaking on my part. I thought Toombs was out of this game, but it also kind of speaks a little bit to my point. I did not realize he was in this game still, and he's a massive playmaker for them. So it's pretty notable that he hasn't been able to get going tonight. He's had a frustrating evening.
Oh, he has, and they've tried to catch him a couple times there in the first half. They tried to catch him twice in the end zone.
Yeah.
And I think he had a legitimate gripe there in the first half on the first play. It looked like he did have a little extra contact from the defender. But I think, unfortunately for him right now, he's kind of let that affect him the rest of the game.
Yeah.
And he's had some frustration moments. Coach has had to talk to him on the sideline. And as you said, he's been a key contributor. He's a great player. It's just unfortunate that tonight he's just not having one of his better nights when his teammates need him. So there was a penalty there declined on Fredericktown. And they're going to just take the result of the play to make it 3rd down and 7. Shotgun formation, 2 left, 2 to the right. Sipes rolls left. Now he's going to try to come back. He's going to have to stutter step. He finds somebody wide open. How do you not know where Davis is? Good Lord. At the 30, across the 35, up to the 39. And I cannot believe that they keep forgetting to cover this guy.
He's had a heck of a night. He stepped in when they were looking for an answer. He's been the guy tonight, man. How do you lose him, though? Well, that's Yeah, that's a big miss there by the Mount Gilead defense. That's been another big chunk play that gets the Freddies out of a tricky spot right there, keeps this drive alive.
It's almost as if the Mount Gilead defense has a hard time on the pass plays of remembering you still have to cover the flats. They get so deep that everybody is wide open underneath as that play continues to progress. So it's going to be a quick handoff there to Roush up the middle, and he'll get right to the 40. That's about all. A gain of maybe 1. And again, the middle of that Mount Gilead line, I don't know why you want to try to run there.
No, it's been a brick wall all night. And I think that's just going to be the theme for the season for them. I think they know where their strength is, and they know they're not going to let that happen. They've proven tonight, really, if you're going to beat us, it's going to have to be somewhere else.
Well, and then you can see it even in the defensive coverage. When you're only rushing 4 all night long, and you're fine with giving him that much time because you know when it comes to the run, these young men are able to stop it. 3 right. Is it going to be Davis in motion? He'll fake the handoff to Davis. He's going to try to catch Toombs. He gets him on the out route at the 42, and he was trying to get away from the defender, but a great job there by that young man, Caden St. Clair, the 6'2", 155-pound sophomore, of holding on to his feet and dragging him down for a minimal gain, and it's going to make it 3rd and 7.
Yeah, and that was one of those plays right there where there wasn't a ton of yardage gains right there, but when Toombs caught that ball, when he got up, he let out a roar right there. You can tell that it's firing him. If he wants involved in this game, he needs involved in this game. I still believe that if the Freddies are going to finish this game off, Toombs has got to play a role in there somewhere. So maybe even just get him one in his hand to get him going.
Yeah, you get the confidence back into him. That's exactly what it is. So great job there. Split 3 left, and he's going to have Davis near side right as he rolls left. As the pressure now starts to come, he's going to step up. He fumbled the ball, got a lucky bounce back to him. He's looking downfield. How do you not cover Davis? Unbelievable on a great catch at the 28-yard line. I would think at some point you got to say, hey, I need you to specifically stay with this guy. I don't care who else is out here. You cannot let Davis go free because he popped open again right in the middle of the field, and Sipes was able to find him.
I have shocking news for you. It wasn't Davis.
That wasn't Davis.
That was not Davis. That was number 7. That was Andy Kirshner.
Out
of nowhere.
My bad, Mr. Kirshner.
Yeah, out of nowhere. Only reason I even caught it is I see Davis come off the sidelines right there.
Also,
just out of nowhere.
Also my bad, Edna Kirshner, my grandma. Hand off to Toombs off that left side. He's got you might as well just cue up Pink Floyd because all in all, it's just another brick in the wall. I don't know what else we're going to do here.
It's the definition of insanity again?
Doing the same thing over and over again, hoping for different results.
Well.
Also see Washington, D.C. Anyways, it's going to be 2nd down and 11 as the ball is just shy of that 31-yard line. And we'll see what they come up here. I mean, it's been a good drive so far. They've had some positive pass plays. The running game still is struggling to find its continuity as he's going to have 3 split out here to the right. He's going to hand it off to Roush, and again, nowhere to go as he tried to go off that left side of the line. And Bronman, along with a couple other defenders, just blew that play up before it could start in a loss of about 2.
Yeah, now you find yourself in prime Brody Davis position right here where you got to get something. You got to get something. If there's one man out there that's going to be able to make that happen, I know who they're looking for right here.
Yeah, hopefully the defense remembers to cover him. That would be a key thing as he's lined up down here on the near side in the slot. Toombs lined up on the far side in the slot as it's going to be 2 left, 2 to the right. Roush on the right-hand hip of Sipes. Takes the snap. He's going to roll right. He's looking downfield. Pressure's coming hard, and he's looking for Toombs. It's going to be a jump ball, and Trader's there! As that was just that ball hung up in the air way too long. As he was trying to catch Toombs coming all the way across the field in the middle. He was falling backwards, which caused the trajectory of that ball to get even higher. And Trainer just saw that and picked it right out of the air for an interception.
Yeah, there was definitely the opening there. You could see what he was trying to do, but just the execution on that's tough when you're falling backwards to try and make that play right there. But a big play by Trainer to go out there and stop that drive, stop that momentum that you could feel building. You could feel this crowd kind of building up for you. You felt like something was coming, and all of a sudden, slammed the door shut.
So T formation for the Indians. As Long will be underneath center. Jones in motion from left to right. He's going to turn. He's going to hand it off. Vickers off that right side. He's going to spin out of a tackle across the 15, and he'll fall forward to about the 16, 17-yard line, and a gain of maybe 3 or 4.
Nothing doing there, but go back to the same thing that's really worked for you most of the night. Kind of stick in the same formation, just ground and pound and try and get a few yards at a time. 3 yards in a cloud of dust is probably the MO on that side of the field.
Well, and the one thing you also got to remember is you're still not in a panic mode.
No.
2 points isn't that hard to get.
No.
Go ahead and take care of the offense here. See if you can't run some of that clock out and keep this Freddy's offense off the field. Wishbone formation, 1 split left. He's going to turn. He's going to hand it on a dive. It looks like it's Vickers up the middle, and he'll get to about the 20-yard line. Another gain of 3, as you say, 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
I find ourselves, though, right here in a big third down. You got to try and get some sort of conversion right here. You don't want to go and hand the ball right back to the Freddies, because as much as you shut the door on their drive before, you give the ball right back to them. You let them get that chance for, to get the mojo right back.
So as you said, it's going to be third down, and they got to get this conversion to keep the drive live. Wishbone formation, one split out far side right. Trainer in motion from left to right, turns, he's going to hand it. It's going to be a dive right up that middle for Branham, and Branham's going to do what Branham always does. He's going to get that first down out to the 25 and keep this drive alive.
Yeah, I think Branham has a 3 yards built into him. I think that's like a default start at 3, see if we can get more.
So another first down, and they keep the drive going here. I remind you after the game to stick around for the Pizza Cottage Player of the Game, as well as the Starting Point post-game show. No rush here for the Indians as Long again continues to rack up the miles. You ought to have a free flight by now at some point.
You would think so.
As it's going to be a split back formation, one split out far side left. Long takes, turns, and hands off. It's going to be Vickers off that right side. He'll stutter step out to about the 29-yard line there. He'll go down and gain of 3 or 4 yards. And again, positive yards, consistency out of this offense.
Yeah, you can tell that there's no panic on that side. Like you said, it's only 2. I know you're at a deficit here, but in a lot of ways, Mount Gilead probably feels like they should be leading this game, probably should be leading this game in all honesty. And so you can tell that there's no fear in their eyes because they feel like they've played a winning game so far.
So wishbone formation now as he comes set. Trainer in motion, and we got a flag and false start on Mount Gilead. So there it is. There's the now I will say the relationship between the yellow flag and Mount Gilead is nowhere as abusive as it is with Fredericktown. But they have had a couple key penalties that have stalled out some of their drives.
They have, for sure. Yeah, and I think that was one of the keys you actually saw with that last Fredericktown drive and why it felt so fluid. You actually didn't see those penalties. But for Mount Gilead right here, you find one and you go from a second and very manageable 6 to all of a sudden you're now at 2nd and 11.
Not to be confused with 7-11.
Right.
Or Quickie Mart.
Yeah, it's somewhere Wyatt Long's going to have to stop to fuel back up because my man's been running.
Under center it goes as it's going to be a T formation. Elliott's going to be in motion from left to right. He's going to fake, he's going to drop, he's going to pass, and he's going to get his receiver there. I believe that's Bo Sayers again, and it is. That's going to be enough for a first down.
I don't think Freddies were ready for that one at all. It had been the same thing over and over again, just kind of ingrained it into their minds right there, and all of a sudden you get Bo Sayers open out there in the flat and you're able to get it to him. It's big time.
He's that sneaky player. You forget about him, and then when they need him, he's right there for them. T formation. Again, Elliott in motion from left to right. Long turns. Hands it off. It's going to go off that right side again, and I believe that is going to be Vickers on the carry.
That's what it looked like.
And he'll get forward across that 40 to the 41-yard line. And that was Vickers on the carry. And again, Vickers is almost like Branham. He's almost a default 3 yards.
It's good to have a few of those guys in your back pocket.
And the one thing that's funny about this whole situation is that we haven't even called Elliott Jones' names a whole lot. He hasn't really been needed to put his stamp on this game, but that young man at 6 foot, 200 pounds is also going to let you know he's coming downhill. Wishbone formation, turns, hands it off. Vickers on the dive again. He's going to bounce off the tackle, push it out across the 45, and he'll go down at about the 48-yard line, another first down, and they just refuse to let the initial contact bring him down.
Yeah, the machine just keeps on rolling, man, and that's the thing, too. Like, you brought it up with Elliott Jones. Like, he's there. You know, at his time, his moment, he almost always finds that moment to kind of jump into the game and make an impact play. And so it's like you feel like he's kind of sitting idly by right now, but he's lurking, and you got to be careful with him because it just takes one play and he's out.
So 1st and 10 just outside of Freddie's territory at the 48-yard line. T formation as Long comes underneath center. Trainer is going to be in motion from right to left, turns, hands it off. It's going to be Vickers again. He's going to get low, drop those shoulders up to the 50, and he'll go down just inside the 50 at the 49-yard line of Fredericktown. Again, another 3+ yards on first down.
Yep, and all of a sudden you break that plane. You're now inside of the Freddie territory. Little mental help right there to know you're on the in the enemy territory right there. But yeah, this drive is just it's more of what Mount Gilead has done all night. It's just this ground and pound. It's a physical, it's a tough game, and you wear that defense down. You can tell that the Freddies are getting worn out.
Wishbone formation, trainer in motion from left to right, turns, hands it off, Branham off that right side up to the 45, and he'll go down right there at the 45, a gain of about 4, and it brings up third down.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Looking good. This drive is eating up a lot of clock too. It feels like this third quarter really just kind of started. We're already getting to be to the end of it.
But in the end, does it even matter? So third down and 3. Ball sits at the 45 seconds. 43 seconds to go in the third quarter. 14-12. Fredericktown on top of Mount Gilead here. Week number 5. T formation, long under center, turns, hands it off. It's going to be Vickers again. He's going to just go through spin cycle across the 40, and he'll fall down at about the 39-yard line. And he just kept rolling and got that first down and keeping the drive alive.
Vickers turns around right there and says, "What have I done for you lately, buddy?" Doing the same thing, man. It's just this team, they're all on the same page. You can tell. It's really fun to watch, in all honesty, from last week to this week. And just you can see the difference in the fluidity of this offense. It really feels like they're rolling. It's been fun to watch that week of preparation for Wyatt Long. You can tell how much it's done for him.
Yes, it has, and the fluidity is there, but not to be confused with silent lucidity. But that is going to be the end of the third quarter. Our score is Fredericktown 14, Mount Gilead 12. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction, Friday Night Lights.
Avita Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is proud to care for area athletes. Fellowship trained in complex knee and shoulder surgery, orthopedic surgeon Dr. Kyle Randall and sports medicine physician Dr. Jeremy Ream provide comprehensive sports medicine and orthopedic care for athletes, weekend warriors, and anyone who wants to get back on their feet, from strains and sprains to ACL and shoulder reconstruction. Avita has the experts you need. Call 419-709-8645.
So as we come back to the start of the fourth quarter, I mean, I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you to cue up Europe in the final countdown at that stage. Fredericktown is a little bit on their heels defensively, as Mount Gilead has just pretty much chewed up all the third quarter on their drive and continues to press the advantage here into the fourth quarter, as they've got a 1st and 10 inside of Fredericktown territory, ball resting just at the 40-yard line.
Well, Gilead's really been targeting that Fredericktown front and just kind of shoving it down their throats.
T formation, long underneath center, turns, hands it off, figures off that left side, a huge hole up to the 35, and we're going to have a flag, probably a face mask, and another penalty that's going to give Mount Gilead great field position if it is.
Yeah, that could be a big one.
Personal foul, face mask, that is what it is. Boy, I tell you, that's just, you feel for the Freddies here. I mean, those are just inopportune situations, and I mean, I've been in those piles. I've been in those areas where you're trying to tackle, and there's no intent. You're not 99% of the time on those fouls. It's not intentional.
No.
You have the one couple knuckleheads that try to, but unfortunately your hand just gets caught and it can't come out.
Sure.
Wishbone formation. Trainer in motion from right to left, turns, hands it off. Branham stutter steps off that left side, carries a couple defenders with him down to the 15, and he'll go down at the 14-yard line, a gain of about 5.
Yeah, they haven't had any problem doing that right there this drive. And the thing is, you give a free 15 yards along with it. And for the Freddies, though, you got to be careful to get in this mindset of the refs being out to get me, because it's been tough. The majority of the penalties have been on their side, and it's been noticeable in some of these drives how it's shifted.
So second down, they're going to say officially it's 4 as the ball's at the 14-yard line. Wishbone formation, one split far left. Long under center, turns, Branham again off that left side. Branham dropped the ball, as this time he was not able to get free, and I think he was not able to come up with it. As that was a great play there defensively for the Freddies, as Devin Witt came in, was able to get his fist on the football, but Branham quickly recognized that, fell on top of it. I think his first negative play of the game.
Yeah.
And that'll make it third down now as the ball sits at the 16-yard line.
Happily take the negative play, though, if it means you get to keep possession of the ball right there. That was a close one. Yeah, that could have been a massive. That would have been a massive momentum shift. That would have been a tough one for Mount Gilead.
So wishbone formation again, man in motion from left to right. Trainer, he's going to get the snap on a sweep. He's going to cut it up to the 15, and he'll get stood up right there, fall forward maybe to the 13-yard line, and get back to where they originally were, plus some to bring up a manageable fourth and about 3.
But a huge 4th and 3 as far as the impact of this game goes, because you're down 10 minutes in the 4th quarter with 2 teams that are more than capable of running the ball. So this clock could become an enemy of yours much quicker than you expect. And after all this, to not get any points, that could be heartbreaking. Wyatt Long's going to make the jog back from the sidelines as he has for the 300th time tonight.
That is a testament to that man's endurance.
Sure is.
So they're going to break huddle in a wishbone formation. One split out far to the right is going to be Bo Sayer. Long underneath center. I'm amazed they didn't get the flag on that, but that's a quick handoff to Vickers, and they forgot to contain on the outside, and he got a first down inside the 10 to the 6.
They needed 3 yards. They remembered that Vickers is a guaranteed 3, and they said, well, might as well, what's the harm? Just give it to him, and let's move on to another first down.
That's exactly what happened. So it's going to be 1st and goal now as the ball sits at the 7-yard line on the Fredericktown sidelines. Wishbone formation, Sayer split out far to the left, Long underneath center. Trainer's in motion, turns, hands it off. Brynham off that left side, dives forward across the 5, and he'll go down right about the 4-yard line and make it 2nd and goal from there.
And in this position right here, they've been 2 for 2, Mount Gilead has. They have not failed to cash in right here. Now, they haven't been able to get any additional points on top of these touchdowns they've scored, but they are 2 for 2 from this position. Just so tough to stop because you know that line's going to move forward.
And the other thing is you've kept Sipo over on the sideline now for about 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And whether you want to admit it or not, your muscles will get tight. Long under center, turns, hands it. Brandon again. This time he is hitting the backfield, and he's got nowhere to go. As big number 50 finally was able to shoot in there, and that is Cooper Auker.
Big-time negative play right there, though, from that defense of the Freddies to make it a 3rd and 5 now. That's a big old play from Auker.
I want to say this drive is the first time the Freddies have had 2 negative plays against this offense for the Indians.
Yeah.
So 8:18 as the clock continues to roll. T formation. Long underneath center. Turns. Fakes the handoff. He's going to throw it quickly into the end zone and incomplete as that ball was tipped, juggled, and then finally dropped. I believe he was trying to hook up with Elliott Jones.
We were 2 bounces away from getting to the back of the end zone, the entire student body trying to catch that ball right there. That went off of a plethora of people.
I think what had happened also is Long had lost sight of him in a lot of traffic. But we got a player down for the Fredericktown Freddies as the trainer is going to run out on the field. And, looks like he's going to be able to get – that's Davis. So you want to hope that's nothing major. It looks like maybe a cramp as he's hobbling a little bit on that foot. But a huge stop there as it makes it 4th down now and goal.
You got to find a big 5 yards if you're the Mount Gilead. This is
were they granted a timeout here? I didn't see any of the officials call for a timeout.
Huh.
Or did Fredericktown take a timeout so that they could get Davis back out onto the field?
Yeah, could have been. I mean, I understand with the impact he's had in this game tonight, you want him on the field as much as you can. So if he needs an extra minute, don't blame the coach at all there for trying to get that to happen.
Nope, Davis is going to come to the sideline. So they'll come out of, I guess, a timeout. I'm not quite sure who was charged for that. T formation as they come set. Elliott in motion. It's going to be a pitch to Branham, and Roush just blew that play up and nowhere to go. And there's a flag. Ooh, Sipes just got himself a penalty, as that was a lot of extracurricular there on the far side. A young man from Mount Gilead just kind of lost himself there and drove Sipes backwards. And so not only did you not score, you're going to give them an extra 15 yards and get them out of the shadows of their own end zone.
Wow. What a shift right there.
Well, I don't know. If you accept that penalty, I didn't see if he said that was dead ball.
I believe that he did. I think you're right on that with them getting the ball back and getting the penalty yardage.
Yep, that's exactly what it's going to be. So what had looked like an extremely promising drive here for the Indians has taken the chapter out of many previous weeks so far on broadcast where they themselves caused themselves not to score.
A lot of internal soul searching that's going to need to be done on that one.
So the Freddy's got the ball, and they got no rush, no hurry. As now the pressure is going to be on this Indians defense. Shotgun formation, 2 left, 2 to the right. As Davis is going to go in motion from left to right. He's going to fake the handoff as Roush to him, keeping himself up the middle across the 30. And he'll get up to the 34-yard line. The biggest hole he's had all night, and a nice gain on first down.
From a game ago when you had a team that had, almost 400 yards rushing, now all of a sudden tonight with the Freddies, there really hasn't been much rushing. And so it'll be interesting to see if Sipes is able to find some space here to run late in this fourth quarter.
So second down, we're going to call it 2 as the ball's just shy of the 35-yard line. Sipes is in no hurry as he's looking down at the play clock. Shotgun formation, 2 left, 2 to the right. Under 10 seconds now on the play clock. His man in motion from right to left. He's going to hand it off to Roush. He's going to go off that left side and nowhere to go as he tried to get around that corner. Training was there, but that should be enough for the first down.
And for them right there, that's all they're really wanting. They're trying to run this clock down as low as they possibly can. And with that drive from Mount Gilead, man, there was something like you had mentioned it. They kept Sipes off the field for almost 12 minutes, which at the time was a massive win. But now all they've done is really burnt the clock on themselves.
Yeah, you needed to be able to get a score there on that drive.
Absolutely.
So shotgun formation, 2 left, 2 to the right. Roush is on the right-hand hip of Sipes as he's now going to send Davis in motion from left to left, and he'll hand it to him this time on a jet sweep as he tries to get around to the outside. We got a flag coming. It's going to be an illegal either block in the back or a holding, but gain of about maybe 2 on that play. As the official said, yep, that is holding on Fredericktown, so that's going to be a loss of 10 yards.
If you're the Freddies right here, the name of the game is possession. You know, it'd be great for them to get the score and kind of lock this one away, but they need to keep possession of the ball. Best way to do that is continue to get first downs. So, not helpful at all right there, pushing yourself back 10 more.
Yeah, that puts you way behind the chains, as that's going to push the ball all the way down inside the 30 to the 26-yard line. Yard line to gain is going to be all the way out at the 47, so you're 20 yards shy of where you need to be, but you know, you got 4 downs to get it. Davis has shown you can get you 63 at a time if you need it.
Absolutely.
And you never know. Toombs may break free and get himself one, too, because I know he's itching for it as well. 2 left, 2 to the right. Roush on the right-hand hip. As Sipes is in the backfield, shotgun formation, takes a snap, turns, hands it off. Roush has got a puller out to the right, and he's going to go nowhere as he got wrapped up and pulled down behind the line of scrimmage. Another loss, and it's going to put the ball at the 24-yard line. Some of the fans thinking maybe a face mask there as the defender's hand was kind of up by the head, but I think he was all shoulder pads when he ripped him down.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. It was definitely a close call, but I think Mount Gilead was in it was a fair play right there. But now you're in the problem. Now you're really getting into a position where you're probably going to have to make some passes to try and keep this drive going and risking stopping that clock, which is the last thing you want to do.
So shotgun formation again, 2 left, 2 to the right. He's got both Davis and Toombs here on the left-hand side along with Roush on his left-hand hip. Sipes takes a snap. He's going to roll that way as he's looking downfield. He's looking downfield again and intercepted. Trainer's right there for his second interception of the game, and he'll go down at the 42-yard line. But, I mean, Sipes just unfortunately, I mean, you might as well have just put a big spotlight. He stared his receiver down way too long. The trainer did a great job of just reading his eyes and then undercutting him for the interception.
Yeah, that is, and like you said for Trainer, that's a big play right there. It gives this team the opportunity back here, and that's just, it's unnecessary from Sipes. I think in a lot of ways tonight, he's done a good job of, for the most part, keeping his composure on a team that's been very high-strung, been very frustrated. But right there, that was just an ill-advised pass and just not needed.
His 2 interceptions tonight have come on passes that probably didn't need to happen. Long takes a snap, play action. He's going to look deep. He's looking again, and he's going to finally get a receiver. We got flags all over the place. As there's one down at the 40, there's another in the 48-yard line area. We've got a player from Mount Gilead down.
It's like Miguel Martinez that's down on the field right there. It might be cramping.
Yeah, he's definitely cramping there. We got holding on Mount Gilead for 1. We'll see what the other coming from the backside. Either if it's going to be on Fredericktown, they'll just obviously offset. As I'm waiting to see what the official says here on this one, as they're still talking over the backfield flag. But we're going to have to wait a minute. So we're going to step out too, as you're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Great news, Central Ohio. Foster's Pharmacy offers daily dose packaging, which are convenient and simple. It's truly personalized care you're looking for. It just starts with a call to get started. Take the hassle out of your medications. Call 740-392-0911. Foster's Health Mart Pharmacy.
Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Your sinks are backed up, the electric in your master bedroom needs rewired, and now the wife is asking for a new addition. It's time to get in touch with Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Now Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004. They can fix your electrical and plumbing needs and give your bathroom and kitchen a remodel.
Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction is a proud sponsor for all the local high school teams.
Enjoy the season. Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction. 740-627-8004.
Hey, in this time of high inflation, remember, Goodwill stores have the lowest propane prices in town. So, get your propane tank filled at the Goodwill Plaza store in Newark, the Goodwill Unlimited store in Heath, Goodwill at the Lake in Buckeye Lake, or the Goodwill Plus store in Fredericktown, and save big. Goodwill can fill normal-sized grill tanks to motorhome and even large contractor tanks by the gallon. At Goodwill, you're always guaranteed the lowest propane prices in town.
Looking to take your career to the next level? With Mount Vernon Nazarene University, you can earn your degree entirely online, anywhere, anytime. Our bachelor's and master's programs are designed to help you balance your education with work, family, and other priorities. Here at MVNU Online, we craft our faith-based programs specifically for your success. Learn more at mvnu.edu or call us today at 1-800-839-2355. Mount Vernon Nazarene University.
As we come back, Martinez is able to get up after they did a lot of stretching for that young man, kind of like we talked about there in the beginning of the game. Cramps are starting to play a role here. But apparently the flags on the field were for both the same infraction, which was holding on Mount Gilead. So that moved the ball all the way back to the 32-yard line. We'll make it 1st and 20 as they will huddle back up now that Martinez is able to get over there and the play clock starts. So 5:50 to go here in the game. Fredericktown 14, Mount Gilead 12. As it's a wishbone formation, long under center, turns, hands it off to Trainer on the sweep. He's got a crease across that left side. He pushes it out to the outside. It's a foot race down the far sideline to the 40, and he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 40 at about the 42, and a huge gain on 1st down to keep the drive alive.
Having Trainer right there making the it looks like he's almost trying to make a play for the Pizza Cottage player of the game right here. This 4th quarter's been all him.
He has been having a heck of a game tonight, folks. Running the ball, catching the ball, intercepting the ball. I mean, it's been a one-man show here for the Indians, and Trainer's been the name. Trainer again gets it on the sweep off that left side up to the 40, drops his shoulder, and he'll fall forward to about the 36-yard line. I want to just say their running backs by default, all of them have 3 yards plus.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's Vickers back there. It doesn't matter if it's Roush back there. It doesn't really matter. You put somebody back there, you're getting 3 yards. You just know it. Might be more, but tough to stop. It's that front is just so powerful.
So this time they're going to come with a wishbone formation again, split off to the left. It's going to be Barnum on the motion. It's going to be a handoff to Vickers right up that middle. He's going to blow through the hole across the 30. And he'll get down to the 27-yard line, and thundering and lightning and thunder. And I tell you what, I mean, it's taking its toll here on this defense for the Freddies.
Sugar, spice, and everything nice with this Mount Gilead team right here. And clock is a major factor now because Mount Gilead, they may try and slow things down just fractionally because they're going to want to make sure they maintain this ball for the majority of the rest of the game if they can.
Long under center, wishbone formation, 3 left. Man in motion as Barnum turns, hands it off. It's going to be a dive right up that middle, and he'll get maybe about 2 yards there before he's dragged down. Witt, along with a host of other Freddies on the tackle.
Yeah, nice stop there by the Freddies. We were able to get a little bit of forward momentum and not let that Mount Gilead front just absolutely push them over. But for the Freddies, you need a big defensive stand right here. You can't keep letting Mount Gilead get to these 2nd and short, 3rd and short, because it just feels like it's such a given that they're going to make it happen, that it's really demoralizing.
So they'll go again, wishbone formation, one split far left. Trainer in motion. He's going to get it on that jet sweep. He's got a crease around the corner. Nice block there out across down inside the 20. And they'll say he went out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. Should be enough for another first down.
Carson Trainer just doing what he does, man. Mount Gilead offense just doing what they do right here, just slowly but surely.
I mean, it's not flashy.
No.
But, boy, is it consistent.
Doesn't need to be, right?
Not at all. I mean, it reminds me of the old school work trucks. There's nothing flashy about them, but, man, they start every morning when you need them. Wishbone formation, turns, hands it off. Vickers off that left side, drops his shoulder on initial contact, pushes forward for another 5. And he'll be down at the 15-yard line for a second down. Well, I'm sorry, they were short of the first down on that last one. So that'll get him the first down and make it 1st and 10 at the 15.
Fresh set of downs, and we go in within 4-minute mark left in this game now.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 15-yard line. Got to get to the 5 for another first down and an opportunity to keep the drive alive. Trainer in motion, turns. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. He's going to get hit a little bit more in the backfield. Still manages to get through 2 tackles, and will fall forward for about a yard.
Yeah, good penetration there, though, by the Freddies to actually get a little bit of momentum into the backfield there. But like you said, still a positive play, at least picking up a yard.
Makes it 2nd down. We'll call it 9. As the play comes in from the sideline. Wishbone formation, one split out far left, is long underneath center. Man in motion is Jones. He's going to hand it to Jones, and Jones right up the middle, but we got a flag. Illegal formation.
Wow.
I tell you, I mean, I don't know how much in any of these games we've called this season. I mean, we've had a couple dominant games. The first game when Danville was playing, that was a no-doubter.
Yeah.
But the East Knox game in week 2, Fredericktown Utica game week 3, Danville game week 4. It's almost like you're not beating the other team, they're beating themselves.
Yeah, they're playing against 2 opponents right now. It's themselves, and it's Mount Gilead. Or it's whoever. It's hard to really watch it because with the Freddies, you got interceptions going on, you got penalties going on. So
2nd down now. Long under center. Trainer in motion, right to left, turns, hands it off. Branham is going to go right off that left side. He'll push forward to about the original line of scrimmage, down to the 16, and it's going to be 3rd and 11.
Yeah, now you have a crucial 3rd and long, though, which Mount Gilead has proven tonight that they do have some wrinkles in the offense to be able to pick up things like this, but it's definitely not their bread and butter. It's not where they want to be, and those penalties are what are just putting them in this position.
So 3rd down as they come out of huddle. Offset split back formation. Sayers split out far to the right. Takes a snap, turns, fakes. He's going to look. He's going to look for Sayers deep in the end zone, one-on-one, and incomplete. As he was covered in the end zone there well by the defender for Fredericktown, Dalton Lang. And it fell incomplete, bringing up a 4th and 11. You got to go for it here.
Absolutely. Yeah, this feels like a 4th and 12, 4th and 11 for the game.
Now the question is what is it going to be? I mean, are you going to dig deep into your bag of tricks, come up with something you've never shown before? They're going to take a timeout and talk about it. So we will too. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon.
So it's going to be 4th and 11 as we come out of the timeout with 2:11 to go here in the ball game. It's 14-12. Fredericktown holding on precariously to this lead as it has really been Mount Gilead the whole entire second half. I want to say that the time of possession here in the second half has got to favor Mount Gilead, probably on a 70-30 split.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So we'll see what they come up with out of the timeout here. You know, talking to Austin, is it going to be something we've not seen all night long? Is it going to be some kind of trick play we're not used to? 2 split out left as Long's under center. He's going to drop straight back. He's going to look downfield. And that's going to be thrown as an interception. Davis is going to pick it off. I don't know if he got his foot down as he was going out of the back of the end zone. We'll see here what they say, but I almost like a lackluster play there from Mount Gilead.
Yeah, it almost kind of felt like the play died before it was even over. And it almost felt like a foregone conclusion there. Yeah, that was not at all what I expected coming out of there. It's not really what they've done all night, but it wasn't anything special either. It was just kind of a three-man just run out there and see if something can happen, toss it up into the wind and hope. And that's deflating for Mount Gilead right there, because now for Fredericktown, you got all the opportunity in the world to just run this ball, run the clock out, and march 2-0 into the KMAC schedule.
Now, the key thing if you're running the ball is to make sure when you're fighting for those extra yards, you're holding on to that ball, because I can promise you Mount Gilead's going to be looking to strip that thing any opportunity they get.
Oh, yeah.
So 1st and 10 is Sipe is underneath center, I formation, 2 split left, turns, hands it off, Roush off that left side, and nothing. And a timeout for Mount Gilead, as they're going to try to stop the clock here. It's going to make it 2nd down and 12.
One thing stands true, though, man. That front, there's no give. There's nowhere to go. You can run up the middle all you want, but you run up the middle, I just think you're going to run out.
Yeah, I mean, they've done an impressive job up front there just all night long.
Yeah.
You know, Cody Miner, Memphis Clapper, Gage Shipman, just to name a few of the guys that have been contributing. And you don't hear their names called because they're making tons of tackles. But what they're doing is eating up the offensive line, allowing their linebackers to have nobody in front of them and get downhill and stop the run.
Right. Yeah, that you can call them out one by one individually, as they absolutely deserve, but they are a unit. They really feel like one gigantic force up there in the front, and it speaks to how well they're playing. This team is built in a lot of ways around that, really on both sides of the ball.
Shane Carpenter's another big kid up front, done an excellent job on his defensive end position. As they come out of the huddle now, shotgun formation, 3 left, 1 far side to the right as Roush is on the left-hand hip. Sipe's going to fake the handoff. He's going to keep it himself. Trainer's going to catch on to that and come up. He's able to make him miss across the 20, and he'll get up to about the 25-yard line. And that's where he'll go down and be 3rd and 5 as Mount Gilead takes the timeout. We're going to step out to you. Listen to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon is one of 11 pizza cottages in Ohio. They are among the nation's best performing pizzerias and ranked in Pizza Today. The finest ingredients is used daily. Treat your customers and employees like family and always give back to the community. Offering not only takeout but also dine-in and full bar. Book your group parties today. Find Pizza Cottage on Facebook or go to pizza-cottage.com to begin your journey of tastes.
Howard Hilton Grill, just east of Apple Valley on Coshocton Road, has a casual, cozy atmosphere, offering comfort food and...
So out of the timeout we come. 3rd down and 5. As we got 1:49 to go here in the ball game. 14-12 is our score. Fredericktown on top with the ball. 3 split out far side right. As Sipes takes the snap. He's going to look right. He's got Davis there, and he makes the catch. He's going to be in a foot race as he's out across the 50. And somehow the defender for Mount Gilead, Grant LaRoche, was able to hold on and swing him out of bounds, but not before he got that 1st down and kind of, I think, sealed the deal here for the Freddies.
The night Bodie Davis has had, I don't know how you hang on to him right there. That man's been like lightning tonight. I'm surprised he didn't make his way all the way to the end zone on that one.
That was a huge play for that young man, and I tell you what, we talked about it. You know, who would be the fourth horseman to step in? You know, it's been Sipe, it's been Toombs, it's been Roush all season long. But tonight, the 3 of them have struggled to find their continuity, and Davis has picked up that slack. So now Fredericktown's going to take a timeout, and we'll keep it right here as I remind you to stick around after the game for the Pizza Cottage Player of the Game during the Starting Point post-game show. And next week, action will be coming to you again from the KMAC. Our game 1 will be East Knox, as they will play host to Mount Gilead. And these Fredericktown Freddies here will play host to Northmore. And from all accounts, Northmore's up north, putting a smackdown on Danville.
Yeah, Northmore doing the most up there to the north. It is a shellacking, as my dad would have told me when I was younger.
It was 34-0 last I saw it, as we were coming back out of halftime. And I tell you what, it's we've seen Danville enough play that that scares me for Northmore.
Yeah.
I mean, that team's got to be a beast if they're putting the hammer on them like that.
Yeah, it's a big statement win from them right there. That's massive.
So out of the huddle, or out of the timeout they come. It's going to be a split back formation. 2 split out far side right. Sipes takes the snap, hands it off to Roush. He's going to dive right up that middle. He got right to the line of scrimmage and no more. But unfortunately for Mount Gilead, they are out of timeouts. And so all they can do is hope that the ball somehow comes free. As we're down to 1:30 here, you got 3 downs left. I would think you should be able to run this clock out with no problem.
Yeah, I should be able to right there. Like you said, feels like a formality at this point. But if you're the Freddies, you almost feel like, of course, if they follow through and finish this game out, you feel like they got away with one here. You feel like this was not a team that showed up with the same level of play that they're capable of. But they might have snuck out of here with the win.
They're going to line up in their victory formation. And I tell you what, that's a 2 minutes ago, I wouldn't have told you that this might be an option. Being 100% honest, 2 minutes ago, this didn't look like the way it was going to be. I mean, it's one of those things, though, where now for Mount Gilead, you've seen it 2 weeks in a row. What are you going to do to push that little bit of extra you need to get this job done? I mean, you cannot take away anything from them offensively. They've had a great game. Penalties, as per usual, for both teams, or what kind of helped them out. I mean, almost that kind of my own worst enemy.
Right. No, it feels like the shadow of a really good team is right there. It feels like a team that's more than capable of getting some wins, and the K-Mac is there. But the points weren't on the board tonight. The offensive production was there, but the points didn't follow.
So that'll be the final play of the game as the clock runs out. Our final score here is Fredericktown 14, Mount Gilead 12. As we will be back for the Starting Point post-game show on the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Hey, football fans, as we cheer on our teams this season, let's talk about a crucial support team right here in Mount Vernon.
At Starting Point Pregnancy and Family Resource Center, we're here to support you through every decision, just like a coach guides you through the big game.
Whether it's about pregnancy testing or exploring your options, Starting Point is all about giving you the information and support you need.
Just like every play counts on the field, every choice you make for your life matters.
For more information, visit knoxstartingpoint.com.
Knox Starting Point. You have more choices than you think.
So welcome back into the Starting Point post-game show. And for a game that ended 14-12, I tell you, once again, Mount Gilead has put together a great effort. But again, you don't get participation trophies at this level. So unfortunately, they're going to fall to 0-2, as Fredericktown's going to take that step to go to 2-0. And it was a game for Fredericktown that, I mean, they struggled, and not just being their own worst enemy as far as the penalties go. They struggled just finding that continuity offensively. And if it wasn't for Bo Davis, I got a feeling they would have really not had the outcome that they had.
No. Davis really stepped up in this game. He managed to when a lot of the other guys weren't showing up the way they needed to. This wasn't the Freddies team that you're used to seeing. This wasn't them performing in the way that they need to. And Davis really stepped up in the light when he needed to and really became that man for them to, believe in.
And when you look at this game, I mean, all across the board, the plays that were made in this game, you cannot take away the night that Carson Traynor had.
No.
I mean, the young man did an excellent job running the football. He had 2 key interceptions when his teammates needed them. He had a couple key receptions in the game, and then also just running the ball in general. Vickers, Branham, Long did an excellent job in his second start as a young sophomore. So you see a lot of potential over there on the Mount Gilead side. On the Fredericktown side, we know what they have with Toombs. You know what you have with Sipes. You know what you have with Roush. Davis stepped up, showed what you have with him. But are they going to be able to find that consistency as far as the mental discipline goes? Because next week with Northmore coming in here, you're going to be battling a team like, you're 2-0 in the K-Mac, buddy. You're up there with the cream of the crop.
Right.
You have those penalties against Northmore. I don't think you recover like you do against Mount Gilead.
No. The roster construct up there in Northmore is a little bit different from what they saw with this Mount Gilead team tonight. And so you cannot step on your own feet that many times against a team like Northmore and, produce a win like that. So for the Freddies, this is a great win. It was a nice job of them to at least, at the end of the day, the scoreboard's going to read 14-12 and that they got the win and they're 2-0 in the K-Mac. But the production that they needed just wasn't there. The performances from some of the guys they needed wasn't there. But they will have to find a way to get those things sorted out over the next week while they prepare for that Northmore game, because they're coming in ready to go after a big win over Danville.
And I'll tell you, the player of the game, the Pizza Cottage player of the game, is going to go to Brody Davis for Fredericktown. He was the one bright spot we saw on a consistent basis all night long, and that big 60-plus yard touchdown there to give them this lead was kind of the key to this whole entire game. So congratulations to that young man, Brody Davis, as he will be the Pizza Cottage player of the game. As we remind you again, next week it will be East Knox taking on, wow, I just blanked on who, Mount Gilead.
There you go.
And then it'll also be Fredericktown hosting Northmore. So for Austin Maurice, Gary Sinise, I'm Kyle Kerstetter. Have a great weekend. God bless.